Just get my roll 20 all set up, but I'm good.
And we're good to
There
go.
we go.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Episode 3, still in Chapter 2. Couple of things to continue in regards to our storyline. Last week, Wraith brought us back in, gave us a nice little recap of what happened in Chapter 1. This week, we have Zeph, who's going to recap Chapter 2, Episode 2, and he's doing it in character. So whenever you're ready, Zeph, you can take it away in regards to what happened last week.
Okay, so there we were. We's fallen towards a planet. Me freaking out internally, but me no show weakness in front of dainty pointed ears. When all of a sudden me hear a voice. It's the dainty lady. She can't say, she say something, can't go with us, blah, blah, whatever. As we get closer to the ground and start to slow, me and grouchy pointed ears, we start to split from group. Next thing we know, me got carrots where carrots shouldn't be. Let me tell you. Me have boar tusks, me have bear claws, me have fish with sharp teeth poke me all over. But this is a first for me. Veggie tables, they're not supposed to hurt. And then some puny man guard tried to yell at me for falling into carrots. Like, what am I supposed to do? Me not try or anything. Suddenly, man guard's all friendly. He thinks the small boy, he may have had something to do with it. Because him go all buddy-buddy with the guard and talk about cousins and shit, I don't know. But then we're all together. We're going to take a tour of the village. Except Traherne. Grouchy pointed ears apparently not landing carrots. Then it happened. Kahir saw the super pretty doctor lady. Instant love. Match made by gods. Then the best thing ever to happen. She go patch Kahir up. Wrap his wounds in bandages. And then she heal him with all glowy magic stuff. But shh, you're not supposed to tell. You not hear that from Kahir. We then see lots of critters. Lots from where pointy ears come from. Then the Rose Garden Knight guy and small boy, they close another rift. Apparently it's Dr. Lady's backyard. Doctor very happy. Kahir like. Then the next best thing happened. We're going to see the tavern. Like, yeah. Kahir spoiled the pretty little Barrett. She don't know what hit her. I think she flirt with me. She asked if I stay in there. Like, where else would I stay? In a tree? But then me feast on some good salmon. Sent by me own people. Man, me miss home. But, Dr. Lady need Kahir. Ooh, that remind Kahir. Need to go find her. I got keg to fill her up. Start episode now!
And that brings us in. Thank you very much, Zeph, for your recap in character. Love it. Very, very well detailed. Exactly what happened last week. You guys came across another rift. Got a little bit more information in regards to some of the creatures that are coming through this rift. Some that are known, some that are unknown. The doctor did tell you guys a little bit more information as to some of the larger creatures that were coming through that they weren't able to subdue. We know that the rifts are bad news at this moment. You guys got some information in episode 1 that these rifts are pretty much tearing the worlds apart, as well as this broken crystal, which is your overall journey, is to repair this crystal. With these rifts, it's diminishing that 1-year timeline that Gothor, the large giant creature that was the original crystal keeper, had told you guys. He said that these rifts are pretty much diminishing that timeline, and if you can repair these rifts or close them, it'll help you to keep that timeline at that 1 year. So you guys have more time to fix that crystal. So just with that knowledge and closing these rifts, you're pretty much mending the damage that was done by these crystals breaking. So you guys have successfully closed another rift. Again, you got some information about the creatures that were coming through. Did a lot of RP last week in regards to the town, its people. Ended up going to the tavern after some shenanigans with coffee and the market. Wraith, did you want to buy anything at the market? Have you double checked to see if you wanted anything at the moment?
No.
The
list hasn't changed.
Yeah. So there is a list of basically what you can find in a market in any town. This particular town is not like a magical town or anything that has a like really special. If you are looking for something specific, let me know. I will tell you if this town may have something like that, and then we'll do rolls and checks and see what you can find. But for this particular town, it's the first town. It's run down, it's beaten up, and there's not a lot of people, so there's like nothing here other than the doctor's clinic, the tavern, and a couple of people who are basically asking you guys to go on a journey to the north. Again, last week you guys got some information that the north is basically destroyed. This town used to be much bigger. Um, there was a lot more to the town. It had a lot more people. I think they said close to 1,000 to 1,200 people, and they're down to like 30 or 40 now, which is crazy because that's a lot of people to you know get wrecked, basically. Um, so last we left off, the party was in the tavern. You guys were eating and drinking, talking to Old Man Pill. He said he'll pay for your rooms and you guys can go rest. And he'll be there in the morning if you guys want to speak to him about some of the raids that are happening to the north, possibly some adventure to have, some coin for your pockets if you're able to assist him in some of these things. One thing he did mention was that there were parties that had gone out, and one of our party members did receive information on one particular person, a person by the name of Timothy Granger, who was Traherne, who spoke to the priest in the church. Traherne got that name from the priest saying that Old Man Pilth had sent this person up to the north. This person had been fighting these creatures and actually was very successful in defending the village. So this was the main person that went out to the north along with another couple members from a party, but they have yet to return. And that's where basically we cut off last session. You guys did pick out your rooms. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward you guys through hanging out in the tavern, getting drunk, or going to bed. There are a couple of things that I do to address, though, during the night. So you guys give me some information. I'm going to go to each of you, and you guys are going to let me know what each of you did, or if I had a scenario for you, just based on some of the events that happened throughout last episode. So we'll start with, let's see. Let's start with Thorin. Thorin, what did you do at night in the tavern? Did you go right to bed? Did you hang out downstairs?
Yeah,
Do
so
any drinking?
third is pretty uneventful. You know, he's still trying to kind of keep a low profile. He knows that the doctor knows that he's not a human, but he's not really sure how the rest of the town folk will take him being an elf. So he just kind of did his own thing, kind of like really secluded, and just went right to bed.
Awesome. Sounds good. All right, so let's keep it going. Traherne, what about you? What did you end up doing?
Well, I had a long day. I finally got my coffee, so I secured the barrel of
That's a cold brew too.
Cold
Probably the
brew
first time
and
you've had cold brew.
cold brew mixed with pig shit. So I'm sure it's gonna taste great.
Nah, we did some rolls on that, so the barrel was actually cleaned out fairly well.
It was cleaned out well. Okay, good.
Yes.
So yeah, I secured that. I stuck to my own antisocial self and decided to go to my room and meditate for a bit and just get some peace and quiet and try to process the conversation and what I saw in the chapel.
Okay.
So I guess a key takeaways there with the chapel was just the book that I saw that had blood in it and then the artifacts and stuff that was there. So I'm trying to wrap my head around that.
Okay. Yeah, there was a lot of mystery in that particular church. You noticed right away with that bloodstain that something was kind of off. You were trying to not stir too many feathers because, again, you're in a strange place. You don't know what the customs here is, or what people actually do in churches, other than usually perform magic, or usually someone with an ailment will go to a church to seek guidance on how to either cure that ailment or what they should do if they did something really bad. That's what your interpretation of why you go to a church. You usually look for guidance. This particular church didn't seem like this guy had a lot of guidance. I think he had deserved you and thought that your ears were an affliction, in which I think you've kind of worked it out. He casted some type of illusionary magic on you instead of actually you, which is another sign of like something's going on here that's not quite right. So I think you already worked that out, but I think you kind of just was like, okay, let me get out of here, meet back up with my party. If I want to come back later and question more, I will. Um, Definitely something going on there. So we'll see how that plays out if either yourself or another party member goes to that church. Um, but other than that, again, Traherne being his normal Traherne self, hoarding his coffee and hanging out in his room. Antisocial. Cool.
Yep. Yep.
All right, Valence, what were you up to last night?
After settling in, taking a bath, kind of recollecting myself. I wanted to go downstairs and see if that person who was in that corner was still there.
Yeah, so during the night, he definitely was. At some point, he did leave. He probably would have mentioned to you that he's going to go home, rest, and then come back in the morning so he can speak with all of you. I'll do the roll for you because I know you're eating to see how clean you got with your bath. Because you were quite dirty, sir. I think you were in the desert for, I don't know, 3 weeks or so.
Daddy boy.
Out on your pilgrimage north in the the eastern part of Terra. I rolled a 13, so you're pretty clean. DC was like 10 to get really clean, so you're doing pretty well. Thankfully, you have your own room, so you didn't have to go in public without your bandages. I don't know if you want to reveal your character or how he looks at the moment.
Not yet. No.
But yeah, you were in your own privacy. Removed all your bandages, slept in the bath. I'm assuming you wrapped yourself back up, but maybe you didn't put on all your armor so that you can, rest in bed kind of comfortably. And then probably first thing in the morning, you put back on all your armor. Okay. So you're not coming down like pretty much in bandages and wraps.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Cool. Anything else before?
Always ready for a fight. I'm still kind of fight or flight mode.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's something I think you're very familiar with. You've had to sleep in your armor sometimes, and just to be ready, be on guard. It's not comfortable, but you've grown accustomed to it.
Bro, you'd be surprised, man. That feels like a weighted blanket.
Yep. Sure. Might smell, but yes. Cool.
I definitely smelled.
Yeah. All right. Next, Kahir. So Kahir, I did some rolls before our last session. You were visited late at night, and I'm going to show everyone a handout of what Lizette looks like. I think you were hoping for one out of the two to visit you in your room, possibly.
Babies.
So let me grab my handout of Lizette so you guys can see what she looks like. Fairly decent. So that is the barmaid that helped you out with your fish.
Why is she holding a knife?
Well, she was, gutting the fish and cleaning everything out of it. So that was good for Kahir.
Are you saying she smells a little fishy?
No. So she did mention that she was staying in the rooms as well. So you did get a knock on your door here. Whether you want to play that out was up to you. If you want to PM me or if you want to say it's a group, if you stayed in your room at night. Early morning, she would have left if that's a yes to go back downstairs and go back to work because she does have to start cooking breakfast in the morning. Would have been early enough, like before the sun started to rise. So you probably wouldn't have noticed, or if you did, you would have just been like, "Bye, pretty lady."
No, actually, no, yeah. Either one that came to the room, Kahir was gonna let stay. And with it being Lizette, he was a little kind of not grumpy, but he was kind of down at the beginning. But as he poured them both a drink from his keg, and they started to share the evening, he came around to her and enjoyed the evening with her.
Yeah, this is the woman who basically crit success your fish.
Yeah, like she made the fish as well as I can, if not better, and like he was super impressed. So he kind of like slightly fell head over heels with her because she could prepare the same food he's used to and do it well. So like she quickly grew on him, and as the night progressed, he got more into it. When she would go to leave in the morning, he would probably leave behind her and go to the nearby wooded areas to maybe look for small game and or like a fishing spot or something to
So yeah,
do.
she did mention that she is going downstairs to cook breakfast for everyone, meaning the party. Um, and she, pretty much suggested that you guys can stay in your room. It wasn't dawn yet, so it's still basically pitch black outside. You probably would have stayed in and rested because a lot has happened. I think within the last day and a half, game time. But of course, if you want to go out in the morning, you can. At the moment, it's not particularly morning yet.
Yeah, I'd probably wait till daybreak then. Dawn.
Okay. Cool. Anything else besides that?
Nope. Just at dawn, maybe go to the river and maybe try to do a little fishing.
Cool. All right. Last but very not least, Mr. Orpheus. Mr. Orpheus, you had basically almost like a phone call. You're now in communication with your demon or your pact owner, who refers to you as the Sanguine One. This was the person you met in your dream, who introduced himself as Ulrich Dadi. He had suggested to you when you guys got to your rooms that you take the room closest to the stairs. So, what happened at night? We're going to reverse time a little bit to the middle of the night, where Orpheus, again, you get a call.
Yeah, so when we got up the stair, and then I got that voice in my head, so I picked the room next to the stair, and then when midnight hit, I just, well, at that time I'm already sober, so midnight hit and I just got up, and at this point, like Orpheus, like a full-on vampire look, like
Yeah.
his fang a little bit longer, his eye a little redder, and his skin like getting more pale with no blood in it. So I have to go on a hunt, and that's my
Yes.
calling. Yes.
So again, you get a call again from Ulrich Daddy, who basically calls out to you and says, "Sanguine One, time to wake up. It's now your time to feed. I have a particularly strange creature that you might want to investigate, so to say. One of your party members has already met this person today. I think it's your time to go and visit the church here in this town. What would you like to do?"
That's actually what I was gonna do. So yeah,
Okay.
I would like to. I think I don't have faster speed as a vampire, right? So I just walk normally out.
Yeah, so again, it's the dead of night.
Okay.
Everything downstairs is quiet. It sounds like the tavern has closed for the night.
So
Obviously,
I
you guys
have
are
to roll.
staying there, so you're allowed to come and go.
Mm-hmm.
But for anyone who's just there to like drink, the tavern has closed down for the night. It's probably 2 o'clock in the morning. However, if you're leaving your room, you must roll a stealth check.
Well, I'll be on the ceiling.
Okay, same thing. You still have to roll a stealth check because you do have to exit your room and move down the staircase quietly if you don't want to wake your party members. Whoever does want to try and see if they hear Orpheus leaving, you can. However, you cannot stop him as you guys are basically dead asleep. This is 2 o'clock in the morning. You guys are exhausted. This is also Orpheus's first time feeding, and he has not divulged any of that information to you. So he may be just going to the bathroom or something. This would not draw attention to you, but you would notice if he was leaving his room or not.
What kind of check is this?
Is it perception?
So for everyone that wants to hear his perception check, and Orpheus needs to roll a stealth check.
Do I get bonus perception since I'm looking into the hallway?
You are meditating.
You are
so.
sleeping, sir. So you're in your bed. Well,
Wait.
you're meditating,
Yep.
so you wouldn't actually be necessarily in the bed. You could be sitting on the bed and like closing your eyes and like communing with nature around you, listening for the birds. So yeah, you would be a little bit more attentive if you want to roll with advantage. Same thing for Radix's character Doran. You would have advantage to this because again, you're not necessarily asleep. You're more in tune with what's going on around you than others while they're asleep and not necessarily listening.
Do I have to click something different to roll with advantage?
No.
So you take
The
the higher
higher
number of
number.
the two
Oh,
So-
okay.
advantage.
Do I have advantage if I'm climbing on the wall, on the ceiling with my spider
No,
climb?
not yet. No.
Okay.
As you develop your powers, you may start to get advantage with stealth and things like that, but at the moment you do not. Okay. Anyone else actually trying to listen? I think here you're probably too busy to listen.
Nope.
Or not trying to listen?
I'm content with holding Lizette.
Okay. So everyone hears Orpheus leave the room. It's not so strange. Both the floor and the ceiling has the same type of wood. So it does sound a little weird. Maybe there was some raindrops or something on the ceiling, but you do hear Orpheus's door open. And Orpheus. Again,
So-
everyone else, this wouldn't alert you. This would more be like to take a note of like someone left their room, possibly use the restroom or go downstairs get a drink.
Oh,
come
at this
back
point,
up.
I don't. At this point, Office doesn't care. He just need to do what he need to do.
Check, by the
So,
way.
Say that again.
Divine sense.
You're casting something while you're sleeping. This is going to interrupt your long
It's
rest.
It's not asleep. Like it's not. I'm already being woken up by him. I identify. I'm a combatant. So the first thing I'm gonna do, because I literally just spent all the time in the desert, is try to identify if it's good or evil near that's moving
Okay,
around.
so definition of a long rest is you cannot take any actions.
for 8
I believe
hours.
divine sense is an action.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
double check for me. If it's not, then we'll run it.
No, I think it doesn't have to be action. Anything that you do
As an action, yeah.
Yeah. So
It's an
then
action.
interrupt-
You can
yeah.
open your awareness. So again, if you're going to actively use this, you won't gain the benefits of your long rest. Meaning you won't get your HP back or any spells that you used, which may not.
I'm not-
Yeah, if you're at
I don't know if
full
you
health,
used any.
can't
I'm gonna
use
do it.
anything,
I'll take
yeah.
a short rest. I'm at full health and I'm at everything's maxed. It's not gonna affect me.
Okay. So same thing like on the island. Again, you smell fresh blood.
Mhm.
And just like we said before, it's not like an irony taste. It's not like an evil taste. It's more of like, it's definitely coming from Orpheus. You can tell at this point because you know which room he was in. Again, not necessarily good or evil. You don't get a strong sense of good or strong sense of evil. You don't detect anything else in the near vicinity. So how far does this go out?
60 feet, I think.
All right, so let me actually measure this out because there are other
But it's
possibly
not.
things.
It's within 60 feet of you. That is not behind total cover, unless he
Which-
would step out.
Oh,
he
yeah.
would be behind cover,
So I think
so he wouldn't be able to tell.
what I consider as like cover in this is like thick walls, right? I think if you're hiding behind a tree, it kind of doesn't really count. Let me just measure this out to see how far this was.
Wait, you're
60
hiding?
feet.
You
So
hiding
yeah, this
behind a
is
tree?
just outside of range. If it goes through walls, it's just outside of range.
Okay.
But other than Orpheus, you don't feel or see anything. Get those smells or tastes in your mouth. Same thing as before. You can tell now that this is definitely was Orpheus. It wasn't anything else on the island that was ringing out to you.
Okay.
So now, if you ever cast this divine sense again and you get that smell of blood, you know now that's Orpheus. Other things that you will notice is the crystal in your pocket, along with the crystal in Orpheus's pocket, rings out to you as divine, also divine good. Again, nothing really else.
Perfect.
Usually it's beings, but since these crystals are so strong, and also you don't understand what these crystals are made out of or what's inside of them, basically you don't know why these are ringing back to you. It is strange that an object itself would ring back to you. But again, you guys don't really have too much information on what these crystals are made of or what they are.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do now that you're up and only taking a short rest?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I could follow him, but I don't know if that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
you would have disadvantage in heavy armor. Also, you don't have your
Yeah.
armor on.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I'll just stick
There's
with that.
All right. So, Orpheus, you're heading to the church?
Yes, please.
Okay. You are on the map.
Okay.
You are free to move your character token. Everyone else can watch the stream. Swim, I have the cameraman on camera,
Yeah.
so
I'm
you
good.
should be able to see. So, Orpheus, you
Um,
enter the church. You see the same thing that Traham did. Very nice, well lit church, even though it's nighttime. It's actually kind of strange that it would be well lit.
mhm.
You want to give me an Arcana check?
Yeah.
So the candles that are lit in this church are definitely magically lit, meaning they won't go out unless someone puts them out magically.
Okay.
Probably by the light spell or something in regards to that.
Okay.
Uh, what was your stealth check? 12?
Yeah. Do I have to check it again?
Oof.
Do I have to?
No. So that stealth check is for tonight. You were heard. Father Blunt, very immediately, calls out. He was back here. Who's there? Who enters? You hear a rustling behind the altar as a door opens and a door closes.
Where's he at?
He's now
Oh.
behind this door here. He again says, "Who goes there?"
I'm just gonna say, hi, Father. I'm just here for a late night prayer. If that's okay with you.
Tell me your name, stranger.
The name is Orpheus.
Your full name.
Last name moves on.
Are you related to Rodin? He comes out.
Yes. My cousin.
Ah, okay. Sorry, I thought you were one of those creatures. They do attack at night, so I have to be very cautious. You could tell right away he's gripping a bottle of holy water. He also has like a short dagger to his side.
Yeah.
Sorry, my child. I just you startled me. We've been getting a lot of night raids lately, and I wanted to prepare myself. Obviously, if you had a first and a last name, yeah, you wouldn't be a creature. Usually, these creatures don't speak common.
Right. So.
So yeah, you're related to Rodin, correct?
Yes, this is my cousin.
Yeah, he's actually come by the church pretty late yesterday after his shift. Wanted some guidance on some things. But yeah, what can I do for you? He steps closer to you.
I'm just gonna ask. So why are you up this late, Father?
You woke me, my child. I have a room back here. I live in the church.
I want to say, can you show me your room?
Roll me a persuasion check. I think it's the first time we're using persuasion.
I don't have persuasion.
What would you like to do in my room, child? Again, it is quite late. A little strange for a request from someone new to this town. Although you are family member of someone that does live here, still a strange request for you to see my room. He actually takes a step back.
Actually, I'm going to use my. So you're gonna see on my hip, there's gonna be a silver. It's like a dagger. It sort of light up at that moment because I realized that Orpheus realized that he saw slip his tongue, so he gonna activate his dagger, magic dagger, and it's like a smoke that come out of the dagger, and then it's sort of like engulf for the monk. And
give me the tooltip for it and read it out loud for the chat.
So I can expend 2 of my charge to reshape the memory of the listener in the immediate area. Within 20 feet, forget everything I said the last 6 seconds. And then he gonna remember what I said immediately after the reaction.
Right, so Tofu has a magical item, a magical weapon, a dagger called Silver Tongue, which is a family heirloom of the Muzan family, which has a magical property for RP purposes, also a magical property for um, combat purposes. He can expend 1 charge in order to give himself advantage on the next charisma check that he makes, or for RP purposes, he can spend 2 charges. The weapon has 5 charges in total and will replenish the following day. If he expends 2 charges, he can make 1 humanoid creature, or I think it's actually anyone that's listening, within 6 seconds, anything that he had said, that creature or those creatures will forget what he said, and he can immediately say something after, and that creature will believe whatever he said afterwards, rather than the sentence I said in the last 6 seconds.
So immediately after that, the smoke disappear, and then I'm gonna say, Father, you just told me that you sleepy. Will you go to bed? I'm just gonna look around, do some prayer, and then I will leave.
Ted, well, you did wake me, child. What can I do for you? And he stepped closer again. Is something ailing you
No, just
to seek me this late at night?
I'm just miss my parents at home.
Orpheus, roll me a perception check.
Not my role.
You beat it by 1. From behind you to the east, by this particular book, you smell fresh blood.
Okay.
Traherne will notice that. I know, Traherne, you're not in the scene, but this is the same blood that you had witnessed earlier that day.
So I'm gonna head over there, and I asked the father. I was like, there's some strange smell coming from this tablet over here. Would you like to explain?
He starts to stutter strange blood, and he doesn't necessarily run over to the book. He actually stands closer to the altar. You could see him put a hand on both his dagger, and he actually strapped the holy water. It was like in a flask, kind of clear flask, instead of like a normal skin that you can see what's the contents. This one's quite clear, possibly glass or some type of something that is holding this holy water in. Has a symbol on it also, as well, of Lifa. Usually the symbol of Lifa is a staff with a hook on top with a leaf above it.
Okay.
You can clearly see the symbol on the flask that he's holding. He grips both of them at his side and says, "Child, what do you mean? What is there on that book?"
You wanna come over here, inspect it for me, or with me?
Persuasion. Sure. Is there a reading or something that you would like me to look at with you?
As soon I'll step behind him, and then I will do my action.
What are you doing? Tell me what you're doing before you do it.
The sleepless assault.
Okay. His ready action will go off. He was readied in action. If you did anything or advanced to him in any way harmful, he was going to attack you. So let's roll initiative.
Okay.
Give me a second. And we'll change up the music a little bit for you.
This fading is tough.
Somebody's getting baptized.
I just gotta find Father Blunt's character sheet. All right. The ready action goes off. He uncorks his holy water and splashes it on you. What's your AC?
13.
Your armor class? 13. So you very easily avoid this holy water that's been thrown at you. I'm going to give you guys the tooltip of the holy water. So Father Blonde throws holy water on a creature up to 15 feet. Target hit by the water must succeed in its Dex saving throw, DC 10, or will be hit on their skin. Any undead creatures will take full damage times 3 on their failed save. Any living creature will not take damage. Instead, a failed save will just become slightly wet. However, he did not hit you, so that was a miss. Now you can go. What would you like to do?
Wouldn't my Sleepless Assault activate though?
Say that again?
Does the Sleepless Assault activate since I tried to bite him?
If that's what you're going for, yeah, you're gonna have to roll your bite because now we're in battle,
Oh,
rather
so
than you just
I don't use that
walking up to
at all.
someone and biting them. That would
Okay.
be your surprise round. So you could have said,
Okay.
if Father Blunt approaches, I like to ready an action and bite him.
Oh, okay.
So
So never
take
mind.
note
I'm
of
not gonna
that
use
moving
that.
forward while you're doing your nighttime feeding. If you want to do a readied action, if someone approaches you, you can bite them. That'll be your surprise round. Father Blunt, based on what you were saying and how you were moving, did have a readied action when I said that he put his hand on his dagger and the holy water. I guess caught on to a little bit of fishiness from you.
Mhm.
So just
Okay,
keep that in
so-
mind.
I'm not gonna use that one then, and then I'm gonna use
So you
I'm-
can. What you're going to do is you're going to roll attack for bite if you want to activate your ability.
no. I'll use something else. So so you're gonna see let's see. Bonus
And then also, if you're declaring non-lethal, meaning you don't want to kill him, you have to
Uh-huh.
declare that on your attack in case you accidentally bring him down to 0 HP.
Okay. I'm going to. Where am I bonus action? Wait. Oh, okay. So I'm going to you can see Office Eye glowing more red, and I'm gonna cast Red Eye Sanguine one.
Or put it in the chat.
What is it?
Are you planning on intimidating him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where would that be? That one?
I think you just click the name.
Intimidation roll, right? That's what I'm using.
Yep. And now you can roll your intimidation.
Oh my god.
Let me check his character sheet
You're
because
kidding me?
if he has anything higher than a 2, then he will avoid that. Let's see. Just had his character sheet up. Where'd it go?
My roll sucks.
There it is. Charisma 0. All right, so your intimidation is successful. It begins to back up very quickly. Is that it on your turn? Your intimidation is an action.
Yeah, so I would like to do my bonus action at Form of Dread. Do that one. No, sorry. Wrong one. Click the wrong one. I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's a bonus action, right? Form of Dread. This one.
As a bonus action, you can transform up to 1 minute.
Yeah, so I'm going to transform. So you're gonna see again. You can post that handout for Orpheus.
Sure.
Yeah.
So Tofu would like everyone to see what he currently looks like. Tofu, you can give a brief explanation of what your character actually looks like while I'm
So-
sharing this handout.
Again, it's just like a classic vampire look, but his skin like really pale. White hair. His nose. I mean his ear a little bit pointier, and then his his fang is a lot longer, but also he has a shadow, smoky shadow figure in the back, like wings, the vampire wings, like his daddy, his Aldrich daddy. So yeah, and then that will be the end of my action, right? My turn.
Okay. You do have to roll something here. So it says you gain temporary HP equal to 1d10 plus your warlock level. So I believe your warlock level is 2.
Yeah.
So roll me a d10 and add 2. So you have
Yes.
10 temporary HP at the moment.
and then that's gonna be the end of my turn.
It goes right
Okay.
below it.
Oh wait, actually, I'm gonna move over here.
So if you move out of his threat range, he does have an opportunity to attack you as a
But
free action.
He will be disadvantage, right?
No. What would be the disadvantage?
Uh,
Because you intimidated?
yeah.
The intimidation will go off on his turn.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. He can attack me.
So, all right. Are you sure?
Yeah,
Put your HP points into your temporary. It's below your HP.
because I can't do my spell low range. That's the
Down.
problem.
Down.
He was already going to leave your threat range. That's what I was asking. But that's fine. We'll play it out. Father Blanc again is going to try and throw holy water at you
It's a
on
fail.
11. Okay,
Oh.
miss.
Yeah.
Anything else? I think you
No.
used up everything, right? Okay.
That's it of my turn. Yeah.
Father Blanc is again gripping his dagger and his holy water. However, you have now transformed in front of him. He is extremely scared of you at the moment. Plus your intimidation. Instead of attacking you, he's going to try and move into the back room. I'm going to give you an opportunity to try and stop him if you'd like by rolling an athletics check. He's not actively trying to engage you at the moment. He's trying to move past you and go through the door. If you want to try and stop him, you can.
Okay.
Again, athletics or acrobatics check if you want to try and trip him instead.
Is that correct?
And you do. You do trip him. He is now laid prone, so you have advantage to attack him on your next turn.
Alright, I would like to I'm just gonna kill him. I'm just gonna kill him.
Tell me what you're gonna do.
I'm going
It's
to
your turn
cast,
again.
I'm going to cast my cantrip. I'm going to cast. Let's see.
Remember, you do have to bite him in order to be successful at your feud. And I believe you have an attack that is a bite. It's the same thing.
So you say if I do a bite, does it also activate my sleepless assault?
Yes.
Okay,
This
then
is part of your sleepless assault.
he in range for my bite, right?
And he is prone, so you have advantage to hit.
Okay, so I would like to do that then. Okay, so this is a whole
certain
night.
other events happen.
It's not the bite.
For the whole
okay,
night, correct.
Okay, I'm
However,
Also,
if
someone might notice that the priest is dead.
yes.
okay.
Also, another thing in regards to that, Tofu, we spoke about this briefly. If someone else witnesses your attack, they will remember it. Only the
Okay.
target that you bite will not remember your attack.
Okay, so I'm
So
going
again,
to.
it's up to you how
I'm
you
gonna
want
keep
to
him
role
alive.
play this.
If that's okay, I'll give him a light. Yeah.
Okay, so roll me damage by clicking on Vampire Bite in the chat. 3 piercing damage. And give me a moment.
Tell me he pass out.
As you bite, give the party some information. How does this look?
Okay, so as I bite, I'm gonna go straight for the neck. Um, at this point, like I just started, like you would see Alpha just really bloodthirsty, right? So he would try to suck all the blood out of his victim, but just save enough so that the victim almost like pass out, but almost dead. Not dead, but almost dead. Um, yeah, that's what you will see.
Okay, so for you, Orpheus, at the moment, you're currently feeding on Father Blanc. You feel a rush of energy as it pours from Father Blanc into your being. The blood satisfies you. You feel a sense of fulfillment. Just like when you have a really great meal, you feel like rejuvenated, you had an awesome meal. However, you hear in your mind, Sanguine One, this one has desecrated some of the rituals in which our kind abide by some of the rules that we do not break. You should kill this creature. Finish him. Drink all of his blood. Don't leave a single drop.
So I
And the voice fades. It is up to you if you want to follow your pact owner or not. But he did suggest that you kill this particular priest.
Hmm. All right, I
Have you
will.
let your fangs out before that? I think you said you did, right? You're
Yeah.
letting it get back up. All
Yeah.
right, so he's gonna stand up.
He didn't pass out.
He didn't. He's actually gonna stand up, and he's gonna turn to you, and he's about to say something. If you want to take an action or if you want to listen, it's up to you.
No, I will just take my knife out and then I'm cut him in the neck.
Give me an attack roll with advantage since he was prone and getting up.
Oh Lord, my dagger. Where's my dagger at? Oh, I guess it's the silver tongue too, right? Yeah.
Just click on civil tongue. Yep. Hit. Roll me damage. And again, you're declaring this as lethal.
Yes.
So you're just straight up killing him. You're not gonna bite him again and feed off of him until he's drained.
So was that not feed already, or did I not
So
get
you
that benefit?
were feeding, but you said you took your bite out, right? You were letting him get back up.
Yeah.
So now you're just straight up killing him.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's play it out. So your silver dagger begins to light up as you stab into this. You will notice in your hands it gets a little warm. Strange because this has never happened before with anything that you've actually attacked with your dagger. You'll immediately notice the whole neck out. Does in D&D terms, this is doing double damage.
So decapitated?
Almost. His head is basically hanging off. His spine is still attached to his head, but all of the skin, the esophagus, everything has been ripped out.
Alright, would like to just cut it clean up. So I
His
easy for me
head?
to move. Yeah.
You're going. All right. Go ahead. Go for it.
And
Let me
then
grab
I'll-
some blood because you're going to leave a blood trail here.
Okay. And then I would like to drag him back into the chamber.
Go for it.
How do I do that? I
You can move
drag
your
it.
character, and I'll move Father Blanc with you.
Where's the chamber? Down here?
So yeah, this way.
Like all the way to his room?
So are you going back further? So this is currently his room. There is a bed here. I didn't put one in, but this is
Okay.
basically where he sleeps.
So I would like to
However, as soon as you enter this room, you do notice some strange bloody footprints on the floor. Can you see that on the map as well here?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
and you see some arrows marking where you can go in this particular room.
Okay, so
Just so
I
you can
would
see from
like
the
to put him back on the bed. Put the head back in the bed like a normal sleeping position, and then So this is just for I'm setting up for the next time. So just I'm gonna get some hip blood, and then I'm gonna get the book in my inventory, and then I'm gonna put my fingerprint with the blood inside one of the page on the book.
Book is extremely heavy if you're trying to pick it up from the altar room.
The blood?
So you're trying to pick up the book with the blood over here, correct?
No.
Back in the other room.
No. I'm taking his blood and then I'm put my fingerprints in my book that I have on me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then
So
I would.
you have a book on you?
Yeah.
What's
some
your
scroll.
book?
I have scroll actually. Sorry, a scroll. Just a blank paper scroll.
Oh, so like just blank parchment.
Yeah. I have
Okay.
that.
So you're just taking his blood and putting it on the blank, almost like making a stamp of how many people you've killed.
Yes, but nobody know that
Okay.
yet. So.
Yep, I got you. I'm following.
And then I would like
So
to.
you've laid him on his bed. He is bleeding out.
Mhm.
He's obviously dead. You could tell right away that he's not moving. His eyes are rolled back.
I would hope so.
But again, you do see some bloody footprints heading to another room. And if you enter that other room, let me know, and I'll tell you what else you see.
Yeah, I would like to enter that one.
Okay, you can. I'm going to move you over. As you enter the room, you see a strange set of stairs heading down into a basement with, again, footprints that are following upwards and out. So it seems like the footprints were coming from the basement rather than going down into the basement.
Can I check where it leads to?
Give me an investigation check. Number 1 to see. So you're gonna give me 2. 1 to see if this was Father Blanc's footsteps by checking his boots or his shoes to see if they match up to the bloodstains on the floor. And then number 2, what were you checking to see where they led to?
Yeah, I guess I don't see anything. I have a 6 and a 5.
So the DC was 5 for both. The footprints definitely match. I mean, it's pretty obvious if you take your shoe off or you just move his foot over. You can tell it's exact same size. And again, the footprints are coming upwards and out, but they're still coming from downstairs. Okay. So, for example, let me give you my ruler. So the footprints were coming this way and then this way.
Alright. Can I go down to see where?
You can. Let me bring you on to the next map.
Okay.
At this point, Orpheus, don't do anything. Again, you still see the footprints going up the staircase, but again, following as if they were going out rather than down. Give me a perception check very quickly. We're going to take our first break in a few minutes. Again, you smell the same type of blood. You've been accustomed to now smelling blood for many years, based on your background. You can tell that this blood is the same type that you smelled on the book upstairs.
Okay.
As you're moving down the stairs, you peek around the corner. So I'm going to move your character for you just for a second. Or go to where my marker is. Either one of these steps down here.
Okay.
As you move down the steps and you look around the corner, you see a small, it looks like almost like a well. It's a very large barrel filled with water. On top of the water, you see a design in blood. The same design that you saw behind you when you were transported to your pact owner's lair. I put that in quotations. The same exact symbol. And as you turn the corner, you could see where the steps are leading to. And that's where we'll go to our first break.
No, let me finish this.
5-minute break. We'll let Swim or Sharka and Tofu situate what's going on with their internet. Everyone take a 5-minute break, use the restroom, grab a drink. We'll be back at... You want to do 10 minutes just to be sure, Swim?
Yeah, I'm going to cycle the internet just to make sure it's not that.
All right, so for everyone on Easter time, we'll return at 8:20. For Wraith, it'll be 5:20. Yeah. See you guys in 10 minutes.
Sounds good.
I'm going to put some music on Swim if you need it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to reset this real quick and then I'll start it back up.
Okay,
Forget
yeah.
everything that you said, everything in regards to that particular scenario of you approaching them, talking with them, doing whatever you were doing for that night. They'll just remember what they were doing up to that point.
Okay,
I think I put that in your character sheet as well.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't. I guess I did.
But again, you have to be careful of witnesses. So if anyone else was in the church, they would have seen you do all this and probably ran out and called the guard or something.
Okay.
One piece of information that I hope you wrote down is that Rodin came into the church well after your spell went off and told the priest that you were visiting and he was your cousin. So make a mental note of that. That's a little strange to you.
Okay.
Because you know that your charm spell, once it's worn off, that particular person will remember that they were charmed by you.
Okay. Yeah, so on the thing it say the creature...
Not that it's necessarily suspicious, but it is a little strange to you. That's all I would say, that they were your cousin if you thought you charmed them to say that.
Right. It say the creature you attack will not remember you attack them. So I'm...
Yes.
So, okay.
I'm going to put it in the chat for everyone else. Again, you guys don't know this information, but Tofu, his race, has something called Sleepless Assault. I think it's something that I homebrewed. He cannot gain any health recovery benefits from a long rest. Instead, he has to do this feeding every time he wants to do a long rest. He still will get back his spells, everything else, but his health will not return to him unless he feeds. He doesn't have to necessarily kill the creature. However, if it is small, for example, like a rodent or something small, he will kill it instantly when he bites it. So humanoids, things that are larger, anything that has some type of intelligence, probably won't get killed by this. And they won't remember that he bit them. So he can be a harmless, quote-unquote, vampire, even though he's not a full vampire. But again, it's up to him to roleplay it. If he wants to be neutral good, neutral evil, whatever he wants to play as, he can.
So do
Or he
I?
can listen to his act owner, his demon, or not. It's up to him.
So do I do that? Hit temporary hit point right now.
You can. Let me see something though. Hold on.
Well,
You
before
were
I get that
technically
one.
successful, but you killed the creature, and you were told that you shouldn't. It even tells you in the tooltip you should not kill a creature in this manner. However, if the creature is small in size and not humanoid, they will instantly die after you feed on them.
Okay. So that's
You
what successful
can.
fit is.
So what I want you to do is take away the temporary HP that you got before on your spell.
Oh, I took it
It
out. It's
wasn't a
only 1
spell,
minute. It's only 1 minute. I took it out.
And you can do the new temporary HP, which will expire the following day's sunset. So you'll have the whole morning, day, and evening with your free temporary HP that you get from this, which is 5 plus your charisma modifier, which I believe is 2 or 3.
3.
So 3 plus 5, you get 8 temporary HP that will carry over until basically your next long rest.
Okay.
All right. So again, if anyone wants to use the restroom or anything, you got about 2 minutes left until we come back from break.
And we're back.
All right, welcome back. Swim and Tofu's, or sorry, Sharka and Tofu's internet did cut out during the middle of that. So for those of you that are watching on YouTube, I'm going to give you a quick recap. Tofu ended up going to the church to feed. He does have a sensation that almost, every time he takes a long rest, he wants to feed. It's part of his background. So Tofu was advised by his demon, his pact person or thing, that he should seek out the church for a very particular individual who has been possibly doing some type of ritual, something that is against what they believe in, the vampire race or the Dampier race of witchcraft. He's been doing something opposite to that. So Tofu did go to the church, spoke with Father Blunt briefly, who Traherne also spoke to, found smelled the blood on the book, inquired about it. Father Blunt realized that Tofu's character Orpheus was doing something a little bit shady, had readied an action. A small fight ensued, and Orpheus did bite Father Blunt. His his background ability is that if he does bite someone during his feed, that person will not remember what had happened to them in regards to the feeding. However, Tofu elected, after getting another message from his pact owner, that he should drain this person of their blood. Instead, Tofu, not necessarily defiantly, but just out of instinct, instead of draining this person of their blood by feeding on them, took out his silver dagger and slit the throat of Father Blunt, which Tofu realized while he was holding his dagger, it lit up very briefly and got a little bit hot to the touch, signifying that the dagger was actually activated. It is a silver dagger. So, for those D&D nerds, silver dagger, killing something, if there's some type of reaction, we know that it does double damage to undead, or specific undead creatures, signifying that something was going on with Father Blunt. He was able to remove the neck of Father Blunt, and with the devastating strike, killed Father Blunt, dragged his body back into the back room, and stored some footprints, which he did follow into the church basement, and that's where we're going to resume. So, Orpheus, I'll take you
Yes.
back in.
Oh lord. Alright. You say I
Last you
know.
saw, you
Okay.
peeked around the corner, you saw a small pool of water. Almost looks like a bath. On top of the water, you recognize I guess you can call it a rune of blood, which was the same rune that you saw when you were visited by your patron, your pact owner, when you were transported to his quote-unquote lair, which immediately stands out to you. You recognize this very easily as being one of the runes that is associated with your pact.
Okay.
Again, you can proceed to investigate this room if you like.
Can I guess I'll follow the footstep, trace it backward, right? And
Can
then
everyone see the basement, by the way, all the players?
Yes.
I left dynamic lighting off so everyone
Yep.
can watch. Okay. So Orpheus, you're proceeding to follow the footsteps right
Yeah,
to
back-
the items
trace-
on the table.
Yes.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check,
Okay.
and I'll tell you what you see in this room, other
also-
than what you see on the table.
Also, what time is it outside? Do I know?
About 2 a.m.
Okay.
Just based on where the moon is. It was just a little bit past where it normally is at midnight.
I'll first roll attain on perception.
Okay. So looking around the room, again, you see the pool of blood, or the pool of water with the blood on top of it, in the shape of a rune. To the left, you see a couple of whips and chains and weird items. Nothing that is out of note. I think at this point you've noticed that things that are of note are drenched in blood down here. Everything else, could be used for like tying up pigs, or some candles in a corner, things like that. Some usual ritual items like incense, things that you would normally use in a church or see in a church. However, one thing does stand out to you besides the pool behind you and the blood around this room, the footsteps. You do notice some blood down here that leads from the pool almost to this drain. And then from the drain is where the footsteps looks like it led to. It led to the book and then back out up to the room where you dragged the body into. So it looks like whoever was possibly doing some type of ritual down here started at this pool, moved to this drain, and then stood on this drain or something, and then their footsteps became bloody.
Alright.
You do notice a very predominant book on this table in front of you. Very, very, very strange book. I'm going to share a handout with you of what this book looks like. You hear a voice again call out to you, Orpheus. He says, "Sanguine One, although you didn't follow my direct orders, I cannot blame you. You are new to this. I'm giving you a gift. Something that the fool of a priest was trying to control. Something that I left for you, Sanguine One. This is called the Book of Shadows. You may learn some magics from this book. Keep it with you, my gift to you. Again, we are very much linked, and I told you I would assist you in any way possible. Take this book with you, Orpheus. it is yours.
Okay.
And Orpheus, again, he called this the Book of Shadows. Just for everyone that's watching and our players, again, you don't know that Orpheus has this book unless he tells you guys. This is a grimoire called Book of Shadows. When you gain this feature, you can choose any 3 cantrips from any spells, any class spells list. So you get 3 more cantrips that you can use at any time. We'll work that into the next session, so you'll be able to learn those spells after you attune to this book. So we'll say that this session you're not able to attune to the book until the end of the session. So when you finish today's session, we'll go over what 3 cantrips you would like to elect for. They don't count against your number of cantrips owned or known. And if they don't appear on the Warlock spell list, they are nonetheless still Warlock spells for you. Meaning you can take cantrips from any class and use them. If you lose this Book of Shadows, you can perform a 1-hour ceremony to receive a replacement from your patron. This ceremony can be performed during a short or long rest, and it destroys the previous book. The book turns to ash when you die. And you can find all that information on the handout I gave you as well.
Okay. So at this point, Orpheus sort of know what's going on. So because of the his patron tell him. So I guess I'm just
Mr.
gonna.
Daddy told you, yes.
Yeah, patron daddy told me. So I'm just gonna go back to the inn and continue my rest.
Okay, are you gonna be looking at the book while you return to the inn?
No, I'm just gonna put it in because I think it's
before you return to the inn. Give me a second. I need to pull something up. Roll me 1d100 as you touch the book for the first time.
1d100.
Yes.
What is that?
Tell me what you rolled. 44.
44.
As soon as you touch this book, you see 3 different lights around you. Almost looks like floating lights or dancing lights for those D&D nerds. Cast immediately as you touch this book. They dance around you. They're under your control. You can move them around how you like. You can dismiss the spell when you'd like. So, for example, if you don't want to draw attention to yourself because now you have magical dancing lights floating around you. At the moment, they're under your control. You can move them how you like, or you can dismiss them. There are any colors that you would like as well.
Okay.
Randomly. You don't know why this is happening.
So I cannot do a Arcana check for that either?
What do you want to do?
Arcana check?
So if you're doing an Arcana check, you're trying to understand the spell, or you're trying to understand how this was cast upon you?
I want to know what the spell is.
Go ahead. Because you don't know it, you don't know the exact spell name or what class of magic it is. Again, you don't have the spell detect magic. You do know that these are not harmful lights that are flying around you. More for a purpose of shedding light on things that you can't normally see, or if you were fighting an enemy that was further off in the distance, you could send your lights out to attach to them so that you can follow them around.
Okay. Okay. Orpheus would like so he see that and then he started a little bit, but I guess he sort of figure out how to hide the light, and then he would like to go back to the inn.
You turn them off if you like.
Yeah.
Once you dismiss them, they're gone.
Like forever?
Yeah. Seems like maybe a temporary effect of when you touch the book. You're not too sure. You didn't really understand what was going on with this.
Is there a radius?
This book is strange to you. It's very strange. So are you going to inspect the book? Are you doing an investigation check on the book? That's why I was asking before you went back to the room.
No, I'm just gonna put it in my bag and I'll inspect it later.
Okay.
So what are you doing with the lights?
I'm just gonna... Actually, I'm gonna throw it down here. Down this thing.
You can just... So again, you can just dismiss them if you like, or you can leave them in the room. As soon as you leave a certain distance, they will dismiss on their own.
Alright, I'm gonna try to leave it down here, and then I'm gonna move back to my inn.
Okay. So going back to the inn, nothing else?
Yeah, no, nothing else.
Again, I'm just going to remind you, you did leave a body in the church.
Yes.
Would you like to do anything with that body, or just going to leave it there? Are you going to also avoid stepping in any of the blood?
Yes. Do I have to roll anything for that?
Yeah, roll me just a flat dexterity to see if you're able to avoid all the blood.
You say dexterity?
Flat dexterity, so your normal dexterity all the way on the left.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to avoid all the blood as you're walking up. You're also avoiding the footprints that were bloodied as well.
Okay.
Doing a pretty good job at it. Again, you also still have blood on you from the bite and from your dagger. You did clean off your dagger with your tongue. So probably you would maybe wipe off your mouth a little bit. But in regards to like your clothing, your pants, your boots, whatever you're wearing, it doesn't look like you got any blood on you. When you did cut his throat, you were at his back and cut it, so it went forward instead of on you. So you were able to avoid all that blood from hitting you. So you're pretty
Okay.
clean, otherwise from your fangs or your mouth, which I'm assuming you would probably clean up when you get into your room.
Yeah. Professional killer. You can move my
Yes.
character, right?
Yeah, so as long as you're not doing anything else, I'll move you back to the inn and
Yep.
we'll proceed with the following day.
Okay. Yep, that's it.
All right. Players, morning has risen. The sun begins to shine brightly in each of your rooms. Everyone's room has a window. You can very much clearly see the sun begin to rise. But here, before the sun rises, Lizette does leave your room. She is there at the moment. So I'm going to remove her character token, but she did stay with you for the night. I believe you also rolled a check to see how well the night went.
Yes, I rolled an 18.
And I think it rolled a pretty good roll, and you had a great time last night.
She pregnant.
Not the worst thing to happen.
Okay. I did do a roll for that, so you'll find out, I guess, if you ever come back to this town. All right. Morpheus, you did return to your room. You are able to rest as you normally would. Everyone that did take a long rest outside of Valence did receive all their health back, all their spells. If you rolled any hit dice, you would get half of those back on your long rest, which I don't think anyone has done a hit dice roll yet, or taken a short rest. Except for Valens. Valens, you do have an option to roll hit dice, which I don't think he's here right now, right? He stepped away for a moment. Yeah, he stepped away. So we'll deal with that in a second. For now, it seems like he's maybe possibly putting all of his armor on. Everyone else can walk outside their room. Thorin, I would assume because you don't need a full rest, you only did a 4-hour meditation. You probably put your armor back on there after, so you're pretty much prepped for the morning already. And everyone awakes from their rest or their meditation. What would you guys like to do? You guys are all still currently in your room. Again, the sun just rose. You start to hear the town around you, begin to pick back up. Carts moving around, people, moving around cattle and chickens, and doing their normal daily morning routine. Traherne probably craving some of his cold brew coffee in his bag or something, or maybe would like to get a fresh pot from downstairs.
Oh, haha, I'm back. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I basically repeated that you're putting on your armor as everyone's pretty much rising from the rest.
Yeah, I kind of cleaned it overnight too, or during the night as well.
Yeah, you didn't get the full effects of a long rest, so any spell slots that you did expend, you would not get back. You can roll hit dice if you would like, if you did lose out of any health, which I don't think you did. So anything that you would get back on a short rest balance, you would get back. And again, everyone is rising. They're looking out their windows. They're seeing it's daytime, listening to the town around them. Begins to pick back up. You can hear downstairs some clattering of plates, some sizzling of bacon. You guys can smell that coming from downstairs as well. Possibly some other foods if you guys want to go downstairs and inspect. But you guys are currently in your rooms.
Oh, at this
Danger,
time.
are you
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna ask. With that long rest, are you allowing Kahir to attune to the necklace?
Yes. So I think we talked about it at the end of last session that as soon as you got your first rest, you would want to attune to this. So yes, you're fully attuned. I've already added what it does. Do you want to read it out to the to YouTube and to Twitch?
Yep. So
So,
it's
and
Ocean
just give
Surge.
everyone a background on how you got this necklace.
So while on the island, Gothar's island, after coming out of my rage, something kind of caught my eye on a small little floating island about 5 or 10 feet off of the main island. And with the help of Traherne and the others, I jumped over and gathered it. It turned out to be a necklace that gave off the smell and feel of being near the ocean.
Yeah, I
And it
believe you
says,
raise it to your ear and you can hear the ocean as it comes
yes,
close to your ear. Very predominantly, actually. Got
it says, must attune a magical item necklace. The wearer gains the ability to use the fighter's class ability Action Surge. Action Surge is you can push yourself beyond your normal limits for a moment. On your turn, you can take one additional action on top of your regular action and a possible bonus action. Once you use this feature, you must finish a short or long rest before you use it again. And then starting at 17th level, you can use it twice before a rest, but only once on a turn.
Yeah.
awesome. So yeah, it looks like you found a pretty special item there that will allow you to bolster yourself and give you an extra action and a possible bonus action during your regular turn. Again, you can use it once until you get to level 17, then you can use it twice. You must finish a short rest, I believe, or a long rest before you can use it again if you used it for that day. So yes,
Sounds
you
good.
are attuned to this now. Again, everyone is waking from their rooms. Thorin, what were you putting in the chat there?
Oh, I went to the bathroom. Stepped out of the hallway. I was looking around. I saw that none of my companions were like outside yet, and I didn't want to be the first one to go downstairs. So my character, Theron, walked back into his room, kind of like just patiently pacing around by the door
Yeah,
until he
being
hears
very
me going
courteous,
downstairs.
waiting for your party. Seems like some of the party members have woken now and headed downstairs. Draharn's in the bath.
Yep, and I'm
Yeah,
starting to go downstairs as well.
after my meditation, I realize that I still stink from all the pigs. So
Yeah, I
I
think out of
felt
everyone,
like
you and Balance definitely need a bath. So to have an opportunity to take a bath, I think you
I
can.
took mine last night, man.
yeah.
We can
I'm
fast forward your bath if you'd like, or if you want to stay up here for a few minutes
uh
while the party heads down.
it'll be a quick shower, but they definitely probably left before I did, so I'll follow
Well,
like maybe
so
5 minutes.
your character and Thorin,
Mhm.
you guys are elves, so you don't need a full 8 hours of rest. You guys get your full benefits of a long rest on 4 hours of meditation. So you can
Okay.
say that you got up after 4 hours and went took a bath and then waited for the party, just like Thorin.
That
Thorin,
works.
after his 4 hours, began putting his armor back on, maybe polished up his sword, did a couple of meaningless tasks in his room. Not meaningless, but some tasks that he's probably accustomed to.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw
Orpheus, you were
everybody.
waking.
Yeah, I've been up, so I'm just waiting for everybody to leave, and then I'll leave after everybody. Yeah.
Okay, so everyone heading downstairs.
Yep.
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 I'm just following everybody.
All right, bringing everyone back down. Right now you're set at the table, but you guys can move around as you see fit. And although it sounds like it's raining, it's actually quite bright out. I didn't update the music for the scene, but it is bright out. There is a lot less people in the tavern in the morning. Still a couple of patrons. As you come down, you do see Old Man Pilf pretty much munching on the breakfast for the morning. What looks to be some type of meat, along with some yellow substance, possibly some chicken eggs or some ostrich eggs cooked up in a scrambled matter. You also hear Gerald behind the bar yelling to someone in the corner about the music not playing. And Lizette, you can hear her pitter patter of feet as she's probably the only person actually doing anything here. As she's running back and forth between the stoves, making sure nothing's burning, cooking the bacon, the eggs, and anything else that the patrons of this particular tavern wants for their morning. Give me a perception check for her to see if you smell coffee. And Balance, you can also speak about what your character is currently moving over to do.
I'm coming
Everyone
over.
can
This guy's in front of the piano, right?
Yeah, so in front of the piano, you do see a gentleman. He has a lute to his back. He is stood at the piano. He's not currently playing it. You did see this figure. All of you would have seen it as you walked in. He was directly to the right, hanging out in a corner. He was probably counting up his coins for the day. Looks to be some type of musician, per se, bard, possibly. Someone who you would normally see in a tavern that would play music for entertainment or tell stories. So yeah, Kahir went over to the bar. Trahan, you're sitting at the table, or you're moving around, waiting to see if you smell coffee.
I'm just waiting to see. I rolled.
Jahan rolled 17, by the way.
Yeah, you definitely smell coffee. It smells like a fresh pot rather than the cold brew that he gave you yesterday. It's up to you if you want to go over to the barkeep and request some. However, as Kahir does approach the bar, and I'll come back to you in a second, Valence, Lizette does come rushing out and stumbles and drops a plate or two. The plate doesn't break, but the food does fall to the floor. She hurriedly picks it back up. Kahir, you'll notice that she dropped the plate because she saw a notice of you and got a little bit red and embarrassed.
Can we roll a perception check to see if she's walking sideways?
Oh my god. Oh my god. So wait, nobody know Lizette was upstairs last night?
Just Kahir.
Ooh.
Shit.
Yeah,
She
can we
was
roll?
easy.
Can we roll something to see if we notice she turned red and stuff?
You guys will take note that the rooms upstairs, the walls were quite thick. It looks like people do value their privacy in this town when they do stay at the inn.
Mhm.
You will have noticed that if you did hit on the wall or bang into something, not a lot of people would have noticed unless they opened and closed their door. So it sounds like there was some soundproofing or something done to this particular tavern to ensure privacy when their residents do stay in their rooms.
No, like, can we roll something to see that she blushing and she dropping her plate?
Yeah.
When she look at the plate?
Yeah, I mean, you guys would have definitely heard the plates dropping. If you want to quickly look over it to see if you see anything or anything like that. Valence, you said you want to roll perception for something else, right? See if you're walking sideways or
If
kind of
she
funny.
definitely looks like she's walking funny. Yeah.
You guys can roll perception checks.
Nope.
Anyone that wants to, yeah, I mean, you definitely heard the plates drop. Orpheus, you definitely see her blushing. Thorin, you see her blushing, and she does have a little bit of a pep to her step. She's not necessarily walking in a weird manner. She definitely seems a lot more happier this morning rather than the worn-out person that you saw yesterday.
Oh my god.
Kahir casting that Revivify.
And Kahir, you definitely saw her. You only have to roll a check. I think you would have taken notice to her right away when she pops out. You were the closest one to her when she did come out of the back room. She does give you a quick nod and a sly wink as she picks up the food off the floor and begins to proceed back to the back room to possibly get some new plates.
Kahir will smile back at her and give her a wink as well, and then he'll turn to Gerald and he'll say, "That plate's on me. You think I have something?"
Morning, gentlemen. Morning. Hopefully, everyone had a great rest. I know we got a little rowdy down here, but we've soundproofed those rooms upstairs. Hopefully, we didn't wake you too much. The townspeople, we like to party at night and enjoy ourselves. We've been through a lot, so we try and ensure that all of our guests have a great time. What can I get you, gentlemen, this morning? He waits to take your order.
We have a tankard of your finest ale, and you'll pay for that lost plate.
Aye. Mr. Tribesman, would you like to have the Manticore special ale, or would you like something more lighter to go with your breakfast this morning?
Give me that special.
All right. So he pulls the tanker over, opens up the tap, foams much more at the top. Again, a lot darker than a normal ale. Slides it over to you. Then heads down to Orpheus to see if Orpheus would like anything.
I just get whatever he getting.
Second ale, coming right up.
Oh no, not L. No L. I mean the food. Do you get food? Do you get any food?
No, I just said I'd cover the plate that dropped.
You want breakfast?
Yeah, I want some.
You sure you don't want the ale? You were very adamant about the ale yesterday.
I'm good.
All right. He stops halfway. What about some coffee? I got a fresh patch right behind me. Would you like some coffee, young man?
I would like a pot of coffee. Do you also have a breakfast
I know you
menu?
want the coffee. Cold brew again, or you want the fresh stuff?
I want the fresh stuff with a brunch menu, please.
Menu. I can tell you what we got. We don't have no
Alright.
fancy menus.
What you got for
We're not like
breakfast?
this one over here, and he points to Orpheus living in a mansion. You know what I mean?
What's on the menu for breakfast?
We have. I actually wrote it down.
Oh my god. Wait, how?
So
we
you have a
have-
menu.
I wrote it down, not him. We have ostrich eggs, chicken eggs, scrambled or sunny side up, whichever you prefer. Seasoned salt and pepper. We have some ketchup made out of fresh tomatoes and carrots. We have bacon wrapped in salami, fried. And we do special orders of any leafy greens if anyone is a vegetarian. Goddamn vegetarians.
I look
Anyone want
over.
anything?
So I look
vegan.
over, and I said, "Get the ostrich egg. My servant used to make me every day."
And
Get it, get
finish those are big eggs. I would think this big guy here will probably want the big eggs, but if you guys want them, you can.
I'll order one of every type of egg, every style for Orpheus, and I will take the salad because I'm vegan.
He looks at you strangely. Has this boy never had eggs before? You doing a taste test?
It's a breakfast sampler.
Oh my god.
I mean, I could do a sampler if you want. I'll do like a little bit of everything on the plate if you want to try a little bit of everything. I mean,
no.
I was young once too. I like to try new things.
He just says he likes eggs. Just get one of every style of egg.
All right, I'll send it over to the table. You guys sitting with Old Man Pilt this morning?
Yes, that old man.
Payment before serving.
Okay.
He's waiting very expectantly for you guys to pay.
Oh, I didn't order anything.
What's the
Payment before serving.
What's the cost of the eggs and the egg dish and the salad?
2 copper for breakfast, 1 copper for a tankard of ale.
What about coffee?
And the coffee. All right.
3
Traherne
copper
grabs
for
it.
a jug of coffee. We usually give the jug for anyone that comes in the morning if they want to take it on their way. You can keep the jug.
So Traherne grabs.
It's basically
and
so
sack.
he puts it on the table. It's almost like a big tankard that has a cap that flies open and closed, so that you can
Stein.
so you can
Yeah.
keep it in your bag if you like, or refill it with your cold brew, so you don't have to keep taking out the barrel.
Okay. So Traherne grabs in his bag and he pulls out the copper and pays him the appropriate amount for the eggs, the salad, and the coffee.
Okay, so you're getting a little bit of everything except for the meat.
I didn't
Yes.
buy the breakfast sampler. I bought just the eggs.
Yeah. So you said the eggs, the salad, and the coffee.
Yeah. Who-
Okay,
who
so
got
you're getting
meat?
the salad as well. That's what I'm saying. Everything but the meat.
Right. I'm vegan.
Okay. Gotcha.
Alright.
All right, so he's taking the order for you and for Kahir. Did you want any breakfast?
Yep. Me want 2 samplers. Pay for the broken stuff. And me tankard. Here's 2 silver. Plops it down.
He walks over to you. He gives you back both silver, and he eyes you up and down.
Oh.
I do likewise.
You had a good time last night, huh?
Oh.
Was I as rowdy as your patrons?
No, Lizette looks very happy this morning. Seems
Me too.
she maybe had hung out with you last night. She's offered to ensure that your breakfast this morning is on the house. Again, we like you here, tribesmen. Just don't cause any trouble. Your breakfast
Wait.
is on the house this morning.
Nah. Thank you very much.
So we
Maybe
all
with,
heard this,
Old Man
right?
Pill.
Don't break her heart, or break your face. As he begins to walk away.
Wait, do we hear it? Like Valen, Thurin, and I did we hear it? Over here?
No, definitely not. Traherne
I
can
heard
see
it.
if he heard it.
I'll do
Hearing
it.
it.
Most likely he did. I don't think Gerald's really whispering.
Neither
I
was
definitely heard
Kahir.
it. I heard it very crystal
sure.
clear with a 23.
Panning back over to Valance, who was walking over to what you guys see as Jerome. He hasn't introduced himself, but he will in a moment. Valance, you want to say anything to him before he introduces himself?
Wait, how did everyone else end up over here? When like they were all over there.
Yeah, we'll
when I
say
came
so.
over here.
Thorin definitely came over, but Orpheus was probably still at the bar at the time. So Orpheus, I'm just gonna move you over as you're probably approaching.
Yeah, I'm gonna move over here. Yep.
Okay, so Thorin definitely was following behind you, Valance. But Valance, you did approach Jerome first. So if you would like to say anything before he speaks to you.
So I approached him and I look at him like, so are you the bard around here? Do you play? Have you seen anything interesting going on about?
Yeah, so I'll give you a brief description of what this guy looks like. I think I actually have a handout too. Just I always give you guys handouts, gives more immersion. Here's what he looks like. What are you doing there, Thorin? Yeah, he didn't start playing yet, but you clearly definitely saw the piano.
Yeah.
Just a quick heads up.
Yeah.
And this is what the guy looks like. As soon as you guys walk over, he's definitely flipping a coin. This guy looks like he probably does it for the coin rather than for the enjoyment of playing. You can tell that his loot hasn't been played in probably a week, 2 weeks. It doesn't look like it's shiny. Usually, bards will ensure that all their equipment is very shiny, looks nice for that entertainment purposes. You don't want a bard who doesn't keep their loot and their instruments, scratchless and clean. But this guy looks like he's just here just because they need a bard in this town. Probably a traveling bard rather than someone who's actually natively from here. His clothes
Bounces
doesn't
around a little bit.
Say that again.
Just kind of bounces around.
Yeah,
Tavern to tavern.
his clothes doesn't look like the clothes that are actually from these townspeople. You can tell there's a lot of different townspeople here. His clothes look a little bit more battered, as if he was traveling. A couple of rips and tears in the pants. Different designs. He doesn't have anything resembling any cloak of Kingdom of Killahem or anything like that. No sigils. Definitely looks like more of a traveler rather than someone who's at this tavern every single night. Although he does look like he has taken up at least a small residence here for the time being. As you approach, again, do you say anything to him besides a bard?
I just ask him. I ask him if are you the local bard or and have you seen anything going on around these parts that I should be aware of?
Hi, good morning. He kind of looks you up and down. Mercenary. Yeah, I'm a bard. I pretty much travel around. This is not my hometown, so I'm not per se employed by the barkeep here. But I am here for the time being, trying to make some point. My name's Jerome. Nice to meet you. He offers a hand.
I take his hand. Nice to meet you. My name is Valance.
Nice to meet you as well. Are you a traveling mercenary? Where are you heading in from? I just came from Kingdom of Killahem. That place is a mess.
Yeah, no. Most recently, I was out actually in the dark desert. What is it?
Let me. He's gonna roll to see what you mean by dark desert.
Yeah.
He rolled a 2. Which desert is that? We have a couple of deserts.
Pulled up the map again.
I don't remember a dark desert.
Well, it's dark now.
I think you mean
Death's Desert on the East Coast. Yeah, over north of Rose Garden.
Oh, wow! You've traveled quite a distance.
Yes, quite.
I've yet to travel that far east.
Yeah, it wasn't a suspected situation. So, I just got into town and I was curious if there was anything of note.
Yeah, everyone.
You continue.
So yeah, he says, I've just been singing tales of what basically people have been telling me. A lot of night raids, things have been happening, creatures coming about. A lot of heroes' names been coming about now. Just came from Kingdom of Killahem. They're dealing with their own issues of raids coming in now from the south and the north, with their vices with the Northern Kingdom, along with these strange creatures where they're coming from the south. Looks like this town has had some trials and tribulations They're pretty much down to nothing. I'm definitely going to be getting out of here sometime soon. As he says sometime soon, Gerald yells out from across the bar, "Hey, Jerome! You gotta play some goddamn music? I don't pay you to sit there and talk to the strangers. Play some music!" At that, he nods back behind him, looks at you like, "Fucking guy."
Pull.
And
I pull out a silver piece and I flip it to him before we're
he
turning
catches
away.
it so quick. He wasn't even looking at you as he was about to sit down and play, and he reflexively just catches it, puts it right in his pocket, all in one motion. It seems like this guy's used to catching silver and gold. Possibly a good bard. You'll find out in a few minutes when he starts playing.
All right.
Saying anything to him after that, he looks like he's about to get to work.
All right. I don't say anything. Thanks for the information.
Yep.
Take care of yourself.
Before you leave, he turns directly back over to Gerald, looks at him, and without even turning back to the piano, begins playing a tune. Gerald again looks back over. The hell you playing that for? Get that shit off there. Play something better. He immediately stops playing and begins to play a different tune. And you guys can proceed. Just a little funny scene there.
Alright, where you going, Ray? You still there?
I'm coming. Well, he's working now, so I was gonna walk away now that he's playing music.
Yeah, he definitely gave you a nod as you were walking away. Someone who's showing respect to the traveling bard. Doran, what are you doing?
I realized that's not an Elvish tune. I just walked away back to the table.
The first tune, however, Thorin, you do recognize. The first tune he was playing.
Mm-hmm.
You do recognize it. This one you don't, for sure.
I see up at that table. I was like, Johan got me a lot of egg that we can share.
Do I know where I
You say
recognize
that,
the tune
she's
from, or is it
running
just
out.
something that I'm like just recognizing like the sound of it?
I'll tell you in a second. So Lizette comes over, drops down all the food. It looks like there's a lot more food than what was ordered. There is some meats. There are some plates that are separate of meat to adhere to one of the orders that he didn't want any meats on his plate. So everything that you guys ordered is here, along with some light ales. It looks like, again, Lizette is pretty much treating you guys to breakfast. Although the coffee is in her left arm. There is 2 tankards of it for anyone that wanted some, including an extra one of almost like a thermos or a mug for you, Trahern, to take with you.
Nice.
Places it all down. It looks like Old Man Pilf also got an extra helping of bacon wrapped in salami. And Lizette kindly bows, waits for a moment.
And I say,
Kahiro toss her a silver.
She grabs it and gives you a sly smile and bows to you and turns to walk away.
And I said, food for everybody.
Trahern looks at his salad and then looks over across the table and sees Kahir and his breakfast and just kind of like sits back and just slides the salad and just like, I'm not hungry.
Bryn, you asked a question before. You?
Yeah, can you hear me still?
Oh my god, Jesus Christ, what the fuck's going on? I don't think the website up.
So again, it rings
Okay.
very much close to home.
Okay, we're back. I don't know what's
Welcome
going
back.
on, to be honest. We're just gonna have to roll with it. Yep.
Yep.
So you had asked Orpheus something, but we couldn't hear.
No?
Speaking with Doran.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's
sorry.
not me.
Okay.
So I look over to Valen. Are you eating at this point, Valen?
Yeah.
And then I
Are
just
you
saw the,
removing
like,
your
Oh,
helmet?
Yeah,
and
that-
sort
that-
of wrap-
that's what
I
I'm
am.
doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna look up. I'm gonna look up at him. I was like, I'm curious what his face looked like. So I was like, I'm like fascinating because you're removing your bandage, right?
Mhm.
So
I
I'm
removed my
just
helmet. Well, because I'm not bandaged around my face or anything.
yeah,
It's just like up to my neck kind of thing.
yeah. So I'm just gonna
Yeah,
look
but
at the
you
face.
definitely had your helmet on, which covered up pretty much all of your face.
Yeah. So this is the first
So-
time we see your face.
Yeah, it's the first time they're seeing you. What do you look like?
So when I take my helmet off, I've got black hair, kind of swashed back, kind of pressed down a little bit because I'm pretty regularly wearing my helmet. And then I have brown eyes, a lighter complexion. You have the image, right? Danger.
You don't want to start again? No.
No, not that one.
Which one was it? Did you
Uh,
send me it?
yeah, it was like a cartoony looking one,
Let me check.
and you
Oh,
went
the
on the face.
yeah, I got it.
That was what my
I'll
character
share.
was gonna look like.
Yeah, so you're clean shaving, not the
Yeah,
bearded one.
I'm clean
right? Okay.
shaven.
Let me open the original and save it. But you can proceed.
That's some good music. Thanks.
I mean, that's basically the full description of him.
Kahir will pat you on your shoulder and. Now that's the face of a warrior. Push a little more
Thank-
bacon towards you.
Oh, well, thank you. I slide my helmet down in between. It's just like shoved in between me and the wall. And I start mowing down on some food.
So I'm
And
look.
I eat as though I haven't eaten in like weeks.
So I look over the Thurin and I was like, so what you guys normally eat?
It depends. A lot of times, just like bread or whatever we can forage.
Oh,
I've been wandering around for a while, so I just kind of just eat what I can get.
I see. I
Yeah.
see Bala now.
Is that the one?
Nice.
Yep, that's the one.
Okay, cool.
So I after Thurin said, I was like, oh, are you guys poor?
I make do with what I have.
And then I just like pat Thurin on the back.
As you pat Thorin on the back, Old Man Pilth finally takes his final gulp of his meal.
Oh, I forgot he was there.
Yeah, sits back, kind of stretches his arms. Morning, gentlemen. Hopefully you all slept well. Stretches out a little bit further. Waits for you guys to respond on how the rooms were. He did pay for the rooms last night. You guys remember?
In the midst of stuffing his face and drinking from his tankard, Kahir nods to him. Fun evening, thank you.
He nods to you as well. However, before he begins to speak, someone who you guys will all recognize enters the tavern. You just need to grab his token.
Is it Kahir's first love?
If you're into men,
Alcohol?
maybe. Mr. Patrolman Rodin enters the tavern.
Oh no.
He is carrying something underneath his left arm, along with a note on his right. He is looking around. Let's see if he sees you guys.
So I saw the hide. I'm
He
sorry.
does.
So fuck.
He runs over.
Can I try to hide next to Thurin?
You could try.
I'm just gonna duck on the next to Thurin.
He drops everything on the table. Thorin, roll me a dexterity saving throw if you want to save your food from all this stuff dropping. You're the closest one to him.
It's just bread and veggie.
Yeah, you definitely pick up your plate really quick while he's dropping. And he, I have some dialogue. He says to you guys, good morning. He looks over, sees Orpheus. Morning, Orpheus.
Good morning, cuz.
Morning, cuz. Hopefully you slept well.
I certainly did. It's a really comfy bed.
Hopefully Uncle Henry and Aunt Jackie are doing well. Send them my love. Tell them I haven't heard from them in quite a long time. They used to write me very often. please tell him to send me a new letter soon, okay? Next time you go home.
So at this point, Orpheus
As
like
he, yeah, go ahead.
surprised. Yeah, at this point, Orpheus saw the surprise, like caught him off guard because nobody know his pen's name. So he was just like, okay, okay. And
He
then,
looks at you kind of weird and was like, okay. He then looks over to you, Thorin, and says, I have a package here for you, addressed to pointy-eared cloaked man. I'm assuming that's you.
A package? Who is it from?
Dr. Camille.
Oh, the things I asked. Thank you.
He nods and says, I have to return to my post, but if you guys need anything, I'll be to the south of the town. I'm the guard that watches the front gate. Reach out to me if you guys need anything, and I'll be down there. And he takes a nod. Again, Orpheus, he looks at you, nods,
okay, okay.
and then he, as he's turning, he says, hopefully you don't get into too much trouble.
Okay, bye.
He says, bye, guys, like Orpheus says, bye, guys. Bye, guys.
Bye.
And he runs out.
That's peculiar.
Dora, are you inspecting
At
the
this time,
package
yeah,
or
Theron's
the
gonna
note?
open the. He's gonna open the note first and read the note.
I have a handout for you. Again, once I give you the handout, if you want to read off to the party, instead of doing handouts where I only give it to certain people, I've just been sharing with the party. I think it's a little bit easier for people to remember what has happened, so it's up to you if you want to read it out to the party or not.
All right.
But I'm going to show it to everyone.
All right.
Oh, that's hard to
So
read.
that's when I'd pick it up and I just read it out loud to everyone. Thing that
Yeah, so you can
leaving the
click on
group
it to make it
together,
bigger.
so-
Oh, okay.
Dear sharp friend, inside you will find some easy to remember ingredients to create a potion of healing. Take the empty potion bottle, fill it halfway with pure water. You can purify it by making sure it's clean, boiling and letting it cool, not letting contamination get in. Grind up one mushroom cap, red only, anything else will be poisonous. Rip apart one zen leaf to small bits and grind together the mushroom cap, gently insert into a small amount of maple sap. Just a few drops should do. Once the cap, sap, and leaf are fully dissolved together, will turn to a light brown color. Mix it with the pure water and add some flavor. Seems like you like the cherry jam, so I gave you some. If done right, it will bubble slightly when added and should not rise by the opening of the bottle. If the contents turn any color other than red when you add the pure water, it was not done right and you should not consume. Alright.
Okay, so Dr. Camille fulfilled your request. I think you did ask her if there was anything that she could share with you or any knowledge that she had. She is basically giving you a recipe for a potion of healing, which all of you actually have one potion of healing in your inventory. I did give you guys some mechanics in regards to how many potions you can carry based on your level. So at the moment, I believe everyone is level 2. You all have one potion on you. So she did also give you a package. If you inspect the package, you'll notice there is inside, and you might want to write this down.
Alright.
Or add it to your character sheet. Package wrapped with a cloth satchel. Inside is 4 empty potion bottles. Let me know if you're ready and I'll continue.
Yep. 4 empty potion bottles.
A vial of cherry squeezed jam. 3
Alright.
preserved red cap mushrooms. 1 vial of purified water. And various unknown herbs preserved. Looks like some leaves and some tree sap. So she essentially gave you about enough to make 3 full potions using the 3 cat mushrooms.
Alright. And am I able to identify any of the unknown herbs, or are they just unknown to me?
Roll me a nature or history check. She did mention in the note a zen leaf. You should be familiar with zen leaf as a very predominant leaf in your world of healing. Something
11.
that would be very common in potions and mixtures that are healing based. Yes. So and It is what you would think to be a Zen leaf, a little bit different in color, probably because it's from this world and not your world. Your world
Mhm.
Zen leaves are very, very bright green, whereas here it's a little bit more brown,
All right.
probably because of the time of season or whatever it may be when it was picked.
So Thurin kind of like nods appreciatively to the doctor and just puts in the back of his mind that he needs to thank her, properly, and just kind of puts the stuff to the side, puts it in his bag.
Um, Also on the handout, you'll notice I gave some information in
Mhm.
regards to crafting some of these potions. Anyone who's familiar with an herbalism or herbalism kit will be able to craft using their kit with one roll, a DC 10. However, anyone that's not proficient with using herbalism kit will have to do survival checks for each step with the DC of 10. So if you
All
try and
right.
do this on your own, Radix, with
Mhm.
your character, he's not proficient with herbalism unless you want to take that up as something you gain as you level up. We'll talk
Mhm.
about that later. But I think we do have a party member that does have herbalism as a tools and artisans tools that they can use. If you want to give the items to them, have them try and craft the potion for you.
All right.
And also, the ingredients that were found in the list can be foraged by survival checks. So, if, for example, you want to go and try and find more mushrooms or more tree sap, let me know and we'll do some rolls for that.
All right. Sounds good.
So, just keep that
So
also. It is in the handout that I gave you, so it's at the bottom of that.
so at this point, I guess Thurn was doing that, and then Graham drinking his coffee. Didn't want to eat. I guess Valen and Kahir still eating. Are you guys still eating a lot?
I was
Like,
pretty ravenously hungry. I haven't eaten in, well, I can only eat so much, right? Because I haven't been eating a lot out where I've
yeah.
been. So, I'm kind of wrapping up at this point.
So nobody talk. So I'm just sitting there, not really hungry because of my feet. So I'm just turned over to the old man and I said, Jin, you say you have some adventure that we can participate in?
He nods. Again, he was stretching when Rodin came in. He takes a deep breath in. Where to start? He
Make,
he begins to explain. There is a mine to the north, about a half day's travel. I hired a party to retrieve an antique item of mine, but they've yet to come back. It's been over 1 week since the party went out. The item they went to retrieve is an old urn, golden color, and has no value to anyone but is very priceless to me. It held the ashes of someone that I held very dear. Um, it was stolen by some type of lizard men from my home during one of the invasions at night. The lizard men, again, you guys can identify as those kobolds. However, if you didn't identify as those kobolds, he kind of explains what they look like. They could either be a kobold if you're familiar with kobolds, or the race from Niflheim known as Dragonborn. Very similar in features. One of them is very tall, normal humanoid size, whereas the other one is much shorter. He explained that these creatures he couldn't really see because it was the dead of night, but they were much shorter. So probably the kobolds. He goes on to explain that again he has hired mercenaries to go north. There was one particular mercenary whose name is Timothy Granger, who was very successful in defending the village. He was more of the night person who would stay on watch with a couple of soldiers at night and defend the town whenever these night raids would happen. Um, he also sent Timothy Granger to go north. He explains. Also, one of the mercenaries I hired, whose name is Timothy Granger, who also lives in the village to the north of our southernmost part now that we're in. Um, I also sent him to the north. His wife, who's expecting a son, lives to the north. If you guys need any information, want to know what he was wearing, if you guys do elect to go out on this adventure, if you want to find his whereabouts, it would help ease his wife's concerns. Timothy has been employed by the doctor of the village to also combat some of these strange creatures. So far, Timothy was very successful in keeping the village safe. I will reward you each handsomely if you're able to successfully retrieve my antique urn. Also, if you're able to find any information about Timothy or his whereabouts, I'll throw in additional gold. He goes on to give a price, which you guys can always negotiate whenever there's prices involved. I encourage you guys to negotiate. He offers you each 100 gold in total, meaning to split, and an additional 50 gold, 150 in total to split. 100 gold for the antique urn, 50 gold for any information on Timothy, valid information.
So I guess they still eating and not paying attention, and I'm saying 100 gold in total. That's not much.
He looks to the rest of you guys who probably knows more about money. Again, Orpheus, to you, this may be not a lot of money. Again, you're from a well-off family, so for you saying that's not a lot is probably true. If anyone wants to roll insight check on Orpheus, but for the rest of you, 100 gold is a lot actually. For a task of just going into the mine trying to look for something and finding someone. However, it does seem quite dangerous if he's giving that amount of money.
I'm
Thorin
oblivious to
roll.
money.
Let me see.
Thorin roll.
So
19.
Thorin, yeah.
Right.
To Orpheus, this seems like not a lot of money.
I'm
100%.
oblivious to money, apparently.
Yeah, to you, Valence, you don't really have to deal with money. A lot of your stuff is standard issue from the kingdom.
I get given.
Yeah, so you get your rations, you get your gear. You do have a small pay, but that's more for like living expenses, upkeeping your armor, your sword. But a lot of stuff is standard issue that's given to you.
Yeah.
You also get a little bit more special privilege in the Kingdom of Rose Garden. You have your own quarters. You don't necessarily have to pay taxes. You do a service for the kingdom. So money is more of a non-issue for you. But again, you are aware of what money is and how it's used, and you do use it in a sense of like keeping your armor clean. Going out to a bathhouse sometimes to give yourself a break. Upkeeping your sword or your spear, which is very precious to you. You very much like to keep it in good condition. So that's mainly where your money goes to.
So, as Old Man Pith says, the price and stuff. Kahir taking a drink is, washing down the last bit of his food. I'd like to slam my tankard down and kind of do an intimidate instead of persuasion. And be like, we have some frail guys. Seems a little low for such a dangerous task. You want to bump that up?
Yeah, roll me an intimidation. Anyone else questioning besides Kahir and Orpheus?
Now Thurin like understands what money is, but he kind of like doesn't really have any big attachment to it, so he doesn't really care what the price is.
Okay. So I will
I'm
give you advantage
oblivious.
on this roll because, again, Orpheus is assisting you with negotiations. Usually you wouldn't want to intimidate someone who's offering money. You'd probably want to persuade them. But you're a big guy. I'll allow it for this one. Again, he doesn't seem bothered by your intimidation. He understands that you're more worried about your party members rather than the actual dollar amount.
Yeah, I'm not trying to
what were you
use my
saying,
strength
Balance?
to.
I'm just oblivious to money, so I'm just kind of sitting here relaxing.
Yeah, this is a normal request for you.
This is like
Head north, go find
hey,
out what's going on.
Go fuck that thing up. All right, got you. Go investigate this. Got you.
Kahir, what were you saying?
Yeah, I'm not using my strength or anything to like scare him, intimidate, but more like, hey, we've got some
It's dangerous,
to
yeah.
hear. Yeah, it's dangerous, and it looks like we've got a small boy and two frail, dainty people.
But as
You
soon
rolled a
as
three.
as soon as he
I rolled a
valid-
16.
He rolled a 3. He does have some bonuses on that, but obviously not going to get close to a 16. He nods his head and says, I understand that it is dangerous. However, I am pretty well off. I used to be a general of the armies to the north before the town got destroyed. Have made my share of gold, retired for quite some time. I can spare a few more gold. I will bump up the overall price to 150 in total for the successful returning of the urn. Again, it is priceless to me, but worthless to anyone else. It's not even real gold. It's gold plated, he says. And then an additional 50 gold for any information on Timothy for a total of 200 gold.
Okay, and I said I'm just like dancing in my seat, and I was like, adventure, adventure. Is it going adventure?
He at this point kind of just crosses his arms, sits back in his chair.
Kahir will nod and be like, "Me like those. Me agree to that. Let's go."
And again,
Where's
he
the mines at again?
speaks back up and says, Dr. King, although she's gone out to gather some additional herbs and things, she's not currently in the town. If you guys do need to return and attend to your wounds, she has offered any services that she can provide free of charge, again, to you guys, just because you are taking on this service for the town. It's not necessarily for me. We're trying to find out some more information. If you guys do come across any information about what's going on to the north, we'll pay additional gold for that as well. But your main task is trying to obtain the urn for me, looking for Timothy, and getting the hell out of there.
And then I'm saying, so
We
when
don't
do
want to send
start?
you to your death, is basically what he's saying.
So when do we start?
He looks around to each of you. You
Me
guys
ready.
can go whenever you like.
I'm ready.
We're not in a rush.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All this lying about, it's against my way. I'm ready to go.
Me have good meal. Me need to stretch. Hit something. Let's go.
Lizette comes running out very quickly
Oh
with a satchel
no! Oh,
tied up nicely.
Oh,
Drops it on the table and says, I packed lunch for you.
oh.
Inside, you'll find about 7 or 8 rations.
That's a
Kahir, if
lot.
you want to add them to yours or divvy them out to the party, I'm going to allow you to take it, because she is actually like pushing towards you as if she's made you lunch. Mostly dried meats, some vegetables. Again, things that you would normally find in a ration kit are what's inside as like lunch. Things that won't spoil as you guys are adventuring. And she just looks to you, nods. She says, she waves her hands as if to say, please don't pay me. And then proceeds to turn.
As she gets like a step up and kind of backs up, Kahir will kind of step around Valens and scoot out and just bends over, gives her a big kiss on the forehead, and says, "Me go save world now. Meet me back."
She allows it. She definitely blushes very quickly and gets all flustered and backs up very quickly and says, "Okay, yes, I see you when you return."
Alright. Let's
And
go.
proceeds to walk.
I'm
And
just
then turns
gonna.
into kind of a jog as she runs into the back room, as she's quite embarrassed.
So I'm just gonna get up and start running out toward the door then, because I'm really, Alpha's really excited.
Old Man Pilt says to you, Valence, as you're getting up to leave. Again, if you want any additional information on Timothy, please go see Kells Granger to the north before you leave the town.
All right.
Otherwise, you have your mission.
All right. Simple enough. Said Kells Granger.
Kells Granger, first door before the north of the town. His house was Timothy's house was the closest to the north.
It's still in town, though?
It is still in town, correct. Before the pass north. You guys will head north about a half a day's travel following the road. Once you come across the ladder heading upwards, you'll notice the tracks for our mine carts. That's how you know where the opening of the cave is, the mine where we sent our party members.
All right. Well, thank you, Pith. We will be on our way.
Gentlemen, once you do return, let either Gerald or Doctor know if I'm not in the tavern. They'll reach out to you, get a messenger boy to retrieve me if I'm not here. And he gets up to also head out with you guys.
Oh, at this point, I'm the out.
Yep.
Right.
I think it was important, though, that Pilt gave you guys some directions.
No, I
You
didn't
guys
hear
are just
that.
like, okay, we head north, let's go.
I didn't hear that. I just got out, and then apparently Jahan followed me, and then I think he's still holding his cup of coffee, carrying out him without leaving it back in her table.
Jahan seems as happy as a pig in shit, to reference back to our last episode with his coffee.
So you got
Guys heading
That's-
out?
Yep.
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 you still holding your mug of coffee?
Yeah, it's mine.
Actually, before I head out, I'm gonna stop by the Jerome and ask him if he knows anything about what's going on up north as far as this Timothy situation.
Yeah, he was just about finished with his song. He was gonna take a quick break, and looks up to you. And is that what you ask him?
Yeah.
So he says to you, I'm not too sure what the exact information is in regards to who's missing and where. I just know that there was a lot of strange things happening here. Again, very reminiscent of what was happening in Kel's kingdom.
Hmm.
Kilham, sorry, not Kel's. Um,
And what's
And-
going on in Killam?
so Kilham is in battle. You're very much familiar with the war with the Northern Kingdom
Yeah.
as well. However, they're having an invasion coming from the south as well, so they're kind of getting pincered, which is why I left there. That was my hometown,
Okay. That makes a bit
and
more
I've been
sense.
traveling since. Get the hell out of Dodge, if you know what I mean.
Well, there we go. I'm like, why can't I open the Terra map? Oh yeah, well, let me open the Terra map.
In your handouts,
Yeah.
I can bring us over.
I just wanted to see.
Yeah,
The
so
layout.
here is Bayville,
Mm,
and then Kingdom of Kilham is to the east.
okay, and
They're
they're
at war with Kingdom
Lothan.
of Lothan, and he's saying that there is things coming in from the south, so they're getting kind of pincered between the two.
Oh,
So they're
okay.
getting attacked from this way and now this way as well.
From the Isles of Britannia.
Not necessarily Isles, right? They just said from the south, meaning it could be
Okay.
just the land closest to the beach.
Okay.
Could be
And
Britannia. You have no idea.
Yeah,
Right.
and I'm well versed in the world of like as far as like kingdoms and locations.
Yeah,
most
at least the
part.
kingdoms in particular, because again, you guys get a lot of communications from the two kingdoms.
I know like general like where each place is in the world as far as
Yeah,
like
so-
country.
While we're on the map, if you guys want to zoom in all the way to the left here, you'll see there's a new token. I'm gonna also put on the text of the token so you guys know where you're currently heading to. Do you guys see the new token that says
Oh, that-
Bayville Mines?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's the direction that you guys are heading. That is the directions that Old Man Pilth gave you, Bounce.
Okay.
So just based on the map, now you guys have a second point of interest that you've discovered in Terra.
Okay.
Everybody heading out?
Yep.
I'm already out.
Heading out.
I do want to stop off at Gerald, and tell him to ask him to send a messenger to the Isles for with the next trade.
My boy,
And
hold on 1 second. He grabs a piece of parchment and a quill, dips it very quickly. It seems like he writes out possibly bills with the parchment. You can see he signs his name at the bottom. Almost looks like he's going to write out a bill, but then listens to what you're saying.
contact me, village. Request aid. Tell them send people. They help out, and then
Send people where? Here to Bayville?
here.
Okay. He leans in closely to you and says, I don't know how long you've been gone, but it seems your people are having some triflings as well. We've been getting shipments later and later. It seems to me like possibly some disruptions in trade routes. Kahir, you'll remember that before you went to bed, you were dealing with some very much high tides and
Right.
not necessarily tidal waves, but very much bigger surf than normal. Which I guess this is what he's referring to in regards to the issues with trades coming in from the Isles of Britannia. But he does take down the note and says, "Okay, do you want me to send this off?" Basically, with the next
Kahir
request for
nods and says, "Okay." Instead of request people, request info. See what's going on. Let me find out when we get back.
He nods to you and asks you if he wants you to sign it. and turns the paper around to you to let you read it and sign
Yeah,
it
he'll
with
give
your signature. or
his
something.
family mark of a bear crest.
Sure. He also signs underneath it as well, and he says, "Okay, I have a messenger. I have a messenger boy that I'll send out with the shipment request. We usually send out every week or 2 weeks, but we just got a shipment in for Britannia yesterday, right? You ordered the fish yesterday.
Yes.
Did come in yesterday, so the shipment requests will go out tomorrow. So this
Me
letter
thank
will go
you.
out tomorrow."
Me thank you.
He
Me
folds it up
tried to help.
kind of neatly, and then puts it off to the side. Nods to you as you head out. See you soon, sir. As you head out. All right. I'm just gonna bring you guys to Bayville, in case you guys do want to head out to Timothy Granger's house. Again, you got information balance that it is the northernmost house in the village, which would probably be here by Patrolman Karen
Okay.
or Karan.
I was already at the market apparently.
Yeah, so I left you guys where you were last left off before everyone went to the tavern.
Yeah. First place I'm
So-
gonna head is up here.
And again, Dr. Camille's not here. She left to forage. So you're heading over to what you presume to be Kells Granger's house, or Timothy Granger's house. Kells being his wife. What are you doing to approach? As Patrolman Karen gives you guys a nod, looks to Orpheus. Orpheus, you're holding out the key as you're walking around,
Yeah, I'm
like you
still
did last
holding.
time. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. He nods to you. Possibly have already spoken to Roden. Knows who you guys are. Gives everyone a nod.
I'm literally just going to. I'm gonna prepare my weapon first, like pull my weapon out before entering, just in case.
So I
Okay.
come over here and I was like, I would talk to Thorn. I was like, what's he doing? Because I didn't hear direction before you guys left. I was out. So
We're
Yeah.
heading to some guy named Granger's house. That's all I really know. He has better directions on how to get to the mines.
but why he has saw out?
That I'm not sure.
What are you doing
And
to approach Balance?
I'm walking. I'm just gonna go right through. Well, is this the front door? The front door
Yeah, we
looks
can
like
say that's the front door. It's technically
right here.
like
It's right
yeah, on
there.
the side. Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna push. Is it a push or a pull? I guess it doesn't matter, right?
So it is a push. Are you attempting to just enter?
No, I was gonna use my lance to push the door open.
Okay. So you attempt to push the door open. It does not open.
Mm.
However, as you hit your lance against it, I guess you're just trying to gently push it, just to see
Yeah,
if it's open.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's So you wouldn't be able to turn like a latch or pull on a handle with your lance unless you have some type of serrated hooks on your lance. Do you have a serrated or something that has the ability to slice or catch
Yeah,
catch like the bottom of it has like a point, and then does the point protrude out so that you can hook onto something if you wanted to?
Yeah.
Kind of like Jarvan's lance. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Jarvan from League of
It does.
Legends.
There's a hook portion of it.
Okay. So if you try and hook onto it, you can turn the latch if you want to try and turn the latch.
Yeah. I'll do
It's
that.
more of like a handle that comes out like a ring, and then
Mhm.
you can like turn it to pull the mechanism.
Okay.
And then push forward.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
It does open. As you open the door, you hear a "Who's there? Timothy, is that you?" And she peers over. She comes rushing over.
Hi.
Oh, hi. Can I help you? She looks you up and down.
Yeah,
Mercenary? Is my
yes,
husband home? Did you go out with him?
no, we were just going to be heading up to the mines up north. Old Man Pith said that this would be a good place to stop.
So, okay, you're looking for information on my husband, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna take off the voice because it hurts. She explains to you what he looks like. Gives you a pretty good description.
oh
You
my
know, messy
god.
hair, kind of tannish skin, um, dark hair. However, the one thing of note that she explains very well is that he keeps a very nice looking sword by his side, a long sword. She doesn't like give a name or anything. It doesn't have a name, but she does explain that it was a very finely crafted sword that was in a shipment in from the kingdom of Lothan, uh, custom made.
Hmm.
So almost like an expert crafted sword.
Okay.
That is, if you're able to identify him, you'll be able to definitely identify him by his sword. It'll definitely look different than a shitty longsword that has been used
Yeah.
quite often. Um, Definitely a mastercraft sword. She explains it to you, kind of gold around the hilt, the protruding part where it protects the hand guard, um, and then around the actual hilt of it, it is laced in almost like a silk, and then at the top, the stopper on the top of it to keep the handle in place um, is also in gold, and it's real gold. The actual blade of it is again, it's expertly crafted. It doesn't
This
have any runes or insignias on it, but the identifier is on the actual hilt, or not the hilt, the scabbard.
okay.
So on the scabbard, it is engraved with their last name, Ranger, written in
Okay.
common.
Okay. And this is something she has on her, or he has on him.
No, he has on him, so you'll be able to identify him, able to find him by this
Okay.
sword and this scabbard.
So that's what she explained in detail.
Yes,
Or
he's
uh,
carrying the sword. She's very worried about him. She's pregnant. She really wants him to come home. He should be here when his child is born. Gives you the whole 9 yards sob story, uh, all this fun stuff. I won't go into detail, but you can imagine what she's explaining. Very,
oh,
very,
what?
very upset about this, about him missing.
Yeah. Did he say anything about her?
Again, he was having a child in this village. He wanted this village to be safe enough for when his child was born. But again, he was employed to go north to basically stop what's going on.
Well, um, did he go with anyone else, or was he alone?
She nods. She recalls about 4 to 5 other party members. Again, other guards, patrolmen, anyone that survived from the north,
Okay.
manpower that we could spare, um, went. But again, this town is dwindled down to quite a few numbers. So whoever was available to go, they did send, but they did have to keep some patrolmen still here, such as Rodin and Faran, who's currently hanging out with you guys, listening
Okay.
to as the conversation is going on.
Okay. Well, thank
She
you.
she again nods and says, "Anything that you can find, if you're able to find him, please bring him home. I'll give you everything in our savings." She turns, looks towards a painting where I guess you would assume she possibly has something hidden there, and says, "I will literally give you everything in my savings if you're able to find him and bring him home."
Okay. We'll do everything we can, ma'am.
She nods, and a tear sheds from her eye.
All right, and I assume everyone in the group has heard this at this point.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
everyone was standing around with
she did
livestock.
step halfway out the doorway rather than inviting you in. Again, she didn't know who you were, um,
Mhm.
but assumed that since what you were speaking about is possibly what Old Man Pilt was sending her husband about to go research. She did step out and was very cordial with you, rather than being kind of rude and thinking you're just a stranger trying to invade. She very
Yeah.
quickly realized what was going on. So she did step halfway out the door, and then, you know, is watching you guys as you leave if you are proceeding out, and
Okay.
kind of giving you a wave and wishing you the best of luck.
All right. I turn to the rest of the group. I'm like, well, this is what
Bye.
information we have. Anyone have any last minute reservations?
Away we go.
All right.
I'm started running. I was
And
like,
at that, we'll take
finally.
our second break. We're coming close to 10 o'clock, so I'll give you guys another 5 minutes to use the restroom. grab a snack, and we'll start again at 9:47.
All right.
I think
I'll
we
be right back.
start.
I don't know how you're doing it if you're
We're-
doing it on Twitch
We're
recording.
back
or...
in. No, I'm just
Okay.
recording on OBS. Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
Um,
So welcome back, guys. I'm gonna bring you over to the next scene. However, as I bring you in, you guys begin traveling north. You got some directions again. Valance, I'm assuming you're leading the party north,
Yep.
following the road. You guys are approaching what looks like a destroyed town. Again, very obvious signs of a battle. Large piles of rock, ash, smoke. Not necessarily meaning like there's active fires going on, just basically, whatever was left over, maybe still being rummaged through by whatever was invading the town prior. Nothing that you can see currently during the day, but definitely you see some small footprints when it comes to what these creatures that the town has been explaining to you, what they look like. Definitely matches up to what these footprints look like. You also see another set of footprints leading north, probably the party that was sent out with Timothy Granger. Looks like probably a couple of different sets of footprints. You can pretty much count how many. You probably see about 10, which would signify 5 people, right? 2 sets of foots, each person. Heading in the northern direction. Who is leading the party? I'm assuming Valance.
Unless somebody has an objection.
So it will be survival
right
checks. So
there with
anyone
you,
that
but
is good with tracking or being able to navigate, you guys can roll survivor checks to ensure that you're going in the right direction.
you you're not wait.
I would assume I'm good with tracking. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have proficiency in
Wow,
survival.
I am bad at tracking apparently.
Yeah, so I would say Valance, you're more observing the situation rather than trying to identify which direction you're going.
Yeah.
Taking note of everything around you like you normally would.
Mhm.
Whereas the rest of the party is pretty much saying, okay, they told us to go north, this is north. And you guys are following a very obvious path northwards until it leads up to about, I would say, 3 hours in. Passing the rest of the town, you guys come to a forest, which leads north.
Before you do anything,
Also,
okay, sorry.
yeah, so Traherne, Thorin, Kahir, you guys are pretty much navigating at this point. Orpheus and who else didn't roll?
I didn't roll, but I wanted to roll a perception check
Orpheus.
instead.
Yeah, so roll me a perception check to see if there's anything that's hiding around that might attack you guys. 9. Okay.
You want me to
You don't see
roll
anything around that's gonna jump out and attack you guys. Again, with Thorin, Traherne, and Kahir saying, "Up, this is the way to go. This is north." You guys are again traveling for about 3 more hours. It is now coming upon midday when you guys approach to what you would see as a natural wall, followed by a man-made wall, very obviously man-made with some cobblestone, some possible brick, and a ladder. Which this will ring out to you, Valance, where Pilt said there's a ladder that leads up, and you'll start to see the tracks of the minecarts, which leads into the cave. I'm going to bring you guys onto the map.
Bum, bum.
So, again, a little bit of hand holding here. You guys are approaching your first dungeon. With that being said, constantly do perception checks to see if you see anything in the distance. If you guys enter the cave, it will be dark. So those of you with dark vision will have your full area of being able to see. Those of you that do not, I've already tailored it in to the game where you have your field of vision based on your character. Again, perception checks to see if you see anything that's going to ambush you. If you want to try and work out if there's any traps, tell me what you're doing when you're doing your perception checks. And you guys may proceed. Again, there is a ladder to your east, and it's about 20-foot climb up the ladder. It is not rough terrain, so you guys can successfully just climb the ladder if you like, without any checks being made. and I'll bring you guys over if you are not there already. You guys should all be there though.
So are we in
Can
the
everyone
cave
see
at
their
this
characters
point?
on the map here?
Not the cave yet.
Oh, we're not in the cave. Okay.
Everyone sees their characters down here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so again, in the direction of the east, you guys see a ladder here that you can climb up. It is a 20-foot climb.
Oh, I don't see a ladder.
I don't see it.
You will if you move forward. Again, your vision is based around what your character can see.
Right.
Alright, I'm gonna say when they start moving, I'm gonna say you guys be careful. There's a cliff to our left.
Yes, it's not a cliff. Again, it's a natural wall.
Oh, never mind.
You can try and climb the natural wall, but you would assume that the ladder is probably easier to climb rather than a rock wall.
Well, how tall is the wall?
Morpheus, I think you have
Yeah, I can climb up the
ability
wall.
to climb without having rough terrain. So you can climb the wall if you'd like. You guys would see Morpheus basically just dig his nails in, and is
Yeah,
pretty quick with climbing this thing.
And
Very
then,
quickly climb there.
and I'm up here already.
Again,
And
I
yeah.
definitely mentioned, this is holding your hand. This is a dungeon.
So
You
I-
guys definitely want to ensure that you're sticking with your party, doing perception checks, not going too far off on your own.
So I would like to climb up. I'm gonna tell the group. I was like, I'm gonna be up here first to look what's going on up here, and I'm gonna climb up. And I would like to do a perception check when I'm
How
here.
tall is the wall?
You that are climbing up the ladder, you guys can just straight up climb. Again, you don't have to do any strength checks or anything like that.
20 feet. 20
There
feet.
is
left.
again manual or man-made wall here that you guys will be climbing up to that leads off with some tracks that you'll notice to the east. Morpheus, you're rolling a new perception check.
Yeah. Zap is 20 feet.
You want to
The
roll
wall
me a
tw-
new perception check?
Yeah. 17.
Yep. So you don't see anything in your near vicinity within this particular vicinity here.
Alright. You can come up.
You
It's
also
safe.
don't hear anything yet.
Okay. I would say it's safe up here.
All right, so I'll be the first to climb the ladder, and once I go up top, I'll also do a perception check, just looking around.
You can go for it.
Let me go back this screen.
The higher the perception check, the more distance you'll be able to hear as well. All right, so Thorin, you rolled a 19. As you approach, you definitely hear some rustling of some bushes coming from the north. You're not sure which direction north. However, either in this direction or this direction, it
Alright.
sounded like it came from both. Rustling of some bushes. It could have been the wind. Could have been something passing by, an animal,
All right.
so on.
So Traherne looks over to the east and sees. What is this? Is this tracks or is this a ladder? Like what is
Tracks,
this?
yes. So Traherne sees the minecart tracks balance that was explained to you that would lead to the entrance of the cave. Traherne, do you say this to the party that you found some tracks?
Yeah, but perception wise, like because I'm looking aerial, right? So like, is that on the ground at their level, or is it like above, kind of like that goes
So the
above the
man-made
grass?
bridge is parallel to the grass. It looks like it was made specifically for the minecart to go down towards the town, so that they can roll out the ores, the things that they mine out from this cave, directly into the town, rather than carrying all this heavy equipment and heavy rocks and things.
Okay, so these
So it
tracks
looks
are
like
actually
this is
laying
man-made.
on the ground. It's actually physically on the ground.
Yes.
It's not raised
Physically
up.
on
Okay.
the ground, correct?
Okay, cool. All right, so yeah. Hey guys, I see some tracks over here. Looks like minecart tracks.
Oh yeah, that looks like the tracks that the guy was talking about.
Yeah, I think Thorin, you were still in the tavern when Old Man
Mhm.
Pill had explained to Balance that you guys will see some tracks.
So we're gonna obviously probably follow. So we're following the tracks in. Yeah.
Probably safest, yeah.
It's probably the most direct shot towards the mine.
Sure.
I'm gonna keep your perception rolls.
You can do.
Thorin, as you're
Alright.
approaching, again, you're hearing rustling to the bushes to your north, directly north now.
Let me do my perception.
this
while I
direction.
didn't do that.
Wait,
I need
you
to
say,
roll my perception.
you say I don't hear anything, do I? I roll a 17.
Thorin, stop. As you approach, you now start to hear some growling.
Guys, I'm hearing something coming from the bushes, and I'm hearing like a growl. Thurn's readying his sword out.
I'm gonna
You're ready as glaive.
can
I'm
ready
ready
action,
my
babe.
weapon.
Huh?
You can ready an
I
action.
can't?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna ready action, but let me find the name of it. Actually, for now, I'm just gonna ready out my my quarterstaff and shield, and use shillelagh. So I'll just use that. So
Is that a cantrip?
yeah,
How do you use
Kahir,
a quarterstaff and a shield?
it has to do with something. I don't remember how we came
Yeah,
to
he
that.
can one hand use quarterstaff. Or two
quarterstaffs are versatile.
Ah, okay.
You don't have to ready Shillelagh, you can cast it. It's a cantrip.
Yeah,
It
so I
lasts
cast
for
it.
1 minute though, so just be
Oh,
mindful.
like the imbuing only lasts for 1 minute.
Yeah, duration
Yeah,
yeah,
so
1 minute.
when we're in
then
battle,
no.
every turn takes 6 seconds. So 1 minute is a long time in battle, but outside of battle, it's very short. So to ready
Okay.
an action to cast Shillelagh is smart.
Okay, then I'm not gonna ready. I'm just gonna have my staff, my quarterstaff.
No, it
and
is
my
smart
shield out.
if you wanna do a ready action of casting
So
Shillelagh
when
on
the
your
battle
quarterstaff.
starts,
Right, because if I ready it, I don't actually have to physically cast it unless something triggers, right?
Correct.
Right.
You just got to tell me
Yeah.
what the trigger is.
Okay. Then the trigger will be if we get approached by aggressive creature.
Kahir will ready a javelin and mimic the bears of home and roar back at the growl.
Okay.
Oh, you know what?
Give me an intimidation check. As you ring out a roar, basically telling everything that's here that someone is here.
Yep, he just pulls out the
Give me
that
that roar.
javelin, and he just looks in the direction that Thurin pointed, and he just.
Very quickly, you all hear a whimper and a very quick rustling of brushes.
Get that rabbit.
You also hear, let's see, who's closest? Thorn, you hear a pitter patter of, I don't know if it's hooves or paw prints, something running away, going from north to east. Sorry, to west in this direction.
All right. I think it's whatever is there. You're scaring it away. You know what? That seemed to have worked. So I'm gonna mimic you. And you see Thurn is gonna just grab his sword and start muttering under his breath, and the sword's gonna turn purple. And all of a sudden, the same roar that came from Kahir is gonna boom. Why is it not linking? The same roar that Kahir used is gonna boom directly towards the things that are running away, to kind of further scare them away from us.
Yeah, you want to give me a second intimidation? With advantage since you're using thaumaturgy to do this.
Mm-hmm. Intimidation.
14.
That's a 14.
Eh.
Here, what was your passive perception effect?
Passive perception is 12.
And you didn't roll a perception check, right?
No.
Okay. So passive 12. Kahir, you're the closest. You will start to hear again a growl to your direct west, very close to the party at this point.
West.
Definitely a different growl or in a different direction than what the original growl was. Or
Danger.
the direction that you heard the pitter patter. Yep.
Where I'm at, do I hear anything from the west? You say west of Kahir?
Kahir's the closest, so at the moment he's the one that's hearing. I know your perception check is 17, but at the moment, you also
Okay.
have a wall that's about 5 feet high in front of you.
Okay.
So like right here, you see this wall.
Yeah.
Whereas Kahir can hear pretty much anything that's outside of this wall.
So again, I'm going to take a 5-foot step towards it.
Okay.
And roar and intimidate again.
Yep. As you take your 5-foot step, everyone roll me initiative.
Oh.
Give me a second, and I will
have to
do
find
the
my
ready
character sheet.
actions along with the other ready actions that the enemies
Where's my?
had.
Right there.
In between armor class and speed.
Core.
Middle of your
Which one?
core page.
Right there, initiator.
And I need to pop out some character sheets.
Ooh, new
What do
meta
we
music.
have? We have that and that. Oh, no wonder why it was closed. Let's open that. Pop that out.
Battle.
Move this over and
This is when we all gonna die.
this. Pop this out. Move this over. Okay. Kahir. Let me roll their initiatives.
Actually, you have your spell lot. You can
All right. So ready actions. I believe for Hearn you had Shillelagh.
Yes.
All right. So your Shillelagh is active. Starting from now, it will last 60 seconds. So that's 6 seconds per turn. It will last 10 turns. The readied action of Kahir, which was to throw a javelin. Here you do see a figure approach from the bushes. Would you like to let go of your readied action?
Yes, sir.
Just for quick
give me a attack roll.
clarification, when you say
Yep.
10 turns, does that mean I go 10 times or like 10 people go?
No,
You go
so
10
it's
turns.
10 of your turns.
10 of my turns. So it goes, okay, cool.
It's basically the whole battle. If
Yeah,
it goes a
basically, yeah.
long battle, then we'll talk about it. Give me damage. That's a hit.
hey.
All right, so tell me. I think this is the first time you actually threw a javelin. Want to give some information on it? Tell me how
Yeah.
it looked
So,
as you strike this wolf.
alongside, kind of crisscrossing his little sheath for his glaive, is almost like a larger
Shoulda.
arrow pouch that holds 4 javelins. And so, anytime he pulls one out, he just kind of grips it by the head and holds this mahogany wooded with a steel tip javelin in his dominant hand. And at this point, he just rears back and launches it over the shoulder.
Hell yeah!
barreling
Aiming
at
for anything on the wolf?
Nothing in particular, just the biggest part of mass.
Yeah. So you let loose this javelin. Again, you see Kahir with flexing his muscles as he's pulling back and letting this thing fly. Strikes the wolf in the side. It does actually some really serious damage to this wolf. He kind of dives out of the way, but isn't quick enough and catch it on its leg, almost ripping off the leg. It opens up a pretty nasty wound on the side. It whelps out a little bit as you dealt some serious damage to this, 8 piercing damage to this wolf. It is now your actual turn. Was there any other ready actions that I missed? I think there was only 2, correct? All right. So Kahir, your actual turn is up.
Wait, I thought Thorin and Valen did some ready action. I'm the only one didn't do anything.
I only
Thorin,
took my weapon out. I
Yeah,
didn't really
and
do its
Valence,
Okay.
I think, did the same thing, right? You took your spear out.
What? Yeah.
Do you?
As
Okay.
your ready to action, you just basically got in a ready stance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So Kahir, it's now your actual turn. Top of the round.
Nothing is in my current view.
One thing, your spear did not break. It is
Sweet.
lodged into the wolf, so if you want to retrieve it after battle, you can attempt to do so. Roll it. We'll do a check to see if you can retrieve it and clean it off.
Sounds good.
So right now, you did hear a whelp around this direction. I know your vision is kind of small.
Mine?
No,
to
so
decide.
here is up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. With that, I
Yeah,
can
so you
see
could
the
you
wolf.
could slowly move if you want to try and see what's around. 'Cause I know
Yep,
your
5.
field of vision is quite small.
Yep. So I can't see the wolf, so I'm just gonna take my glaive and charge in at the wolf.
Go for it. Seven is a miss.
Okay, and then for my bonus action, I will kind of flip the glaive around and hit it with the hilt.
Go for it. I'm gonna put the cameraman on this side. Swim.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I didn't know how much you wanted me to be able to see.
Yeah, you can see. It's fine.
No, I don't think
Glaive
it
hilt is also a miss. Anything else on your turn?
Nope,
Any
that'll be
bonus
it.
action?
The glaive
Good.
hilt was my bonus action.
Okay. Trahern, you're up.
How do you do the distance thing?
It's right here.
So there's a ruler on the
Ruler.
left-hand side. Yeah.
So
I don't believe you can see that wolf.
no, I can't see anything technically.
Yeah.
So again, you definitely heard and you see
Yeah.
Kahir running this direction. So again, you can start to move and see what you see, and then continue moving up to your speed.
Okay.
So for example, if you want me to measure
Yeah.
out, like if you wanted
So
to,
I'm
move up to this
gonna
point
move.
and see what you see, and then move up further.
Yeah. Well, like, can I move more than once in a turn, or
Yeah,
is it?
yeah.
Okay.
You have
I
You can
just
split
didn't-
up however you like, up to your
Ah.
movement.
So when you go to your page,
Yeah, I know it says up here something.
So I'll give you an example. If you wanted to move, hit something, and then continue moving up to your maximum speed, you can do so.
so
Think
your
of your
maximum
speed
is
as like a
35.
pool.
Speed's 35. Okay. So I'm gonna move.
Yeah.
let's
So
see,
if you wanted to get up
yeah.
right next to whatever Kahir is fighting, you
I'm gonna
can
get
go in
right
this direction.
behind. I'm gonna get right behind Kahir. Move. So that's 20 feet, and
Yeah,
I
so you
guess
can
at this point I
very
have
clearly
visual.
see this wolf. He's bleeding out to one side.
Okay.
And you have Kahir in front of you.
Okay. Then I'm going to. Let's see how long this lasts.
For everyone else, let's make sure we plan out what you want to do on your turn, so we don't spend too much time on each player's turn.
All right, so I'm just going to give guidance cantrip to put my hand on Kahir's shoulder and give him guidance.
Cool. What does it look like? I think you've done this before, right?
Yeah, so I mean, it's not like a very flashy spell. It's just like some energy that kind of swirls around my arm. I put my hand on his shoulder, and it basically buffs him. So for those that don't know, once before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one ability check of its choice. It can roll the die before or after making the ability check, and then the spell ends.
Yep.
And
Do you say
then-
anything to Kahir to let him know?
No, I don't say anything.
Okay.
But I do have my well, I guess I have to tell him because he's just not going to naturally know in his own way. So I guess I do tell him is I was like, I just explained that his attack, his ability, it can be buffed whenever he chooses to use it for more damage.
Oh, you don't have to say that.
I guess.
You
I
have
would
to
say,
say.
you can give him some words of guidance, because the tooltip is actually guidance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like maybe if you're doing a strength check, try and go
Yeah.
for the legs or something, playing
Right.
like that way.
So that counts as
An action.
an action, and I did movement.
Yes.
So now I can do
A bonus
a
action.
bonus action.
You can do bonus action, or you can continue your movement. You still have, I think, 15 more feet of movement. But just remember, if you move into a threat range, if you try and leave that threat range, you will receive an attack of opportunity against you.
I'm just gonna forgo my bonus action right now.
Okay. Balance, your turn.
All right. So I hear the combat going on over here, so I'm going to I think I can only move 20 or 30, right?
Yep, so you can get right up to the wolf here.
Okay. I'm gonna boop.
And again, you have reach as well, so if you wanted to give yourself a different position, you can.
Yeah. I mean, being out of reach of its attack is probably going to be ideal anyway, because it'd have to move to attack. All right.
Yeah, so again, this was kind of like a 5-foot wall, but I'll say that that was enough for you to just kind of jump up on top of it.
So it looks pretty jacked up right now, yeah?
Yeah, it's on its last legs.
Okay, then I'm just going to attack normally.
Go for it.
Boop.
An 8. Fortunately, it's a miss. Would you like to do anything else?
Do I have anything that allows me to refix that? No. Guess that's it.
Alright. Orpheus, your turn.
Alright, so I don't see anything, by the way. I'm just gonna.
You definitely heard your party members run off to this direction. I think you can
So-
see Valence. And you
Yeah, I
just
saw.
get something.
Yeah, I saw. As soon as Orpheus see Valen run over there, I'm just gonna move up here. Sort of right there.
Okay.
Wait, I think
Can you
that's
see this
30,
wolf
right?
now?
Yeah, I can see the wolf now. So I would like to cast Eldritch. What's it
Focus
called?
Blast?
Yeah, it would be called Crimson Wake. I'm gonna cast.
Yep, go for it.
So you will see Office put his hand out and then just like started casting. So like there's a red beam. Let's look like blood. It's like liquid beam and come out his hand and then just hit the wolf.
So coming out of the ring or your hand?
My hand. But the ring the lights up though. The ring the lights up.
Yeah, for sure. That's your focus.
Yeah.
18, it's a hit. Give me some damage. See if you kill this thing. How do you want to kill it?
It's I killed it. Okay. So you can see
How do
like
you want to
that.
kill it?
So that blood sort of like piece like engulf the wolf and then just sort of like roll into a ball and then sort of crush the wolf.
So you crush the wolf basically into a ball, or you're sending a ball out and crushing it?
No, like crush the wolf
Like
into
a
a
bowling
ball.
ball?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice. You definitely do so. This wolf falls to the floor, gives a final whimper before its tongue rolls out of its mouth.
Mhm.
For the rest of the party, you guys definitely hear some more shuffling to the northwest and to the direct west. You hear a blah, 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 as more figures approach. Orpheus, anything else on your turn before moving on to the second wolf?
I forgot how many roll I have. So I was right here. So I have 10 more feet, right? I have 35 feet. Yeah, okay. So I would like to move right there.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
so I don't have any more action. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna take the rope. I was like I see the kobold. Wait, the lizard man over there, guys. Straight ahead of us.
Yeah. Alright, cool. This guy can get right over to you guys. Alright, so again, you hear a pitter-patter. This seems like possibly the wolf could hear that got frightened by your rage or your yell. I don't think you're raging at the moment. A wolf flashes out from the bushes from the northwest.
But as soon as he
Comes
hits
out.
that 10-foot mark, I'm swinging my glaive.
Go for it. Yeah, you didn't use your reaction yet, so go for it. That's a hit. Give me damage. 7.
Oh, nice.
Same thing. So just like the javelin, you bring this against its flank. You've used your javelin before, but if you want to give me some information on how this looks as you're swinging around, as it's entering your threat range. Or you're just doing a normal slice and dice right across the side of it?
Just a normal slice. Just kind of, it got within my reach, so I just kind of.
Yeah, it looks like it did a lot of damage. These things don't look too strong when it comes to taking damage. However, when it does come in, it goes to bite at 1, 2, 3. 1. Kahir. This wolf is going to try and bite you,
Bring it on.
and it does not have any friends nearby, so it's not with advantage. A 13.
It meets. It hits.
7 piercing. Again, I think you... Oh, no, you don't have resistance if you become raging, correct?
Nope, not raging.
Roll me a strength saving throw as this thing tries to bring you down to the ground.
Question.
You made the
The-
save. Yep.
The guidance, does it work for the save too, or just the ability check?
Yeah, so he can elect to add that on if he thinks he's going to fail that save.
Okay. Before or after, right?
Or after, yeah.
Okay.
Before or after, correct. So
Okay.
Kahir rolled a pretty good roll. Again, Kahir, I'm allowing for some of this information to be shown in chat, but I will not do so probably after this first dungeon. So you won't know what the DC is. However, you did meet the DC, so you don't necessarily need to use the guidance at the moment. So you're not knocked prone.
Okay.
Just giving you that as a hand-holding tool here.
Man, I got a headache, he says. I'm gonna be a jerk, he says. Gives us so much.
I mean, I already coded it in this way, so.
Yeah.
All right, so again, 7 piercing damage to here. This thing comes in for a bite. Probably bites a nice ribbon of flesh right off your leg. Again, was trying to rescue you down to the ground, but you very quickly batted it away with your glaive, readying yourself again for your next attack. Next is the dead wolf, so that one's gone. Thorn, you're up. What would you like to do? You just
So-
saw a wolf probably rip through here.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go ahead and move to here because that's 20, or to here because that's 20 off of me, and I see that wolf there is just in my range, and I'm gonna go ahead and use my sacred flame that I've used before against that wolf.
Go for it. Dexterity save is a fail. It's rolled a 3, and you deal 2 radiant damage.
Uh-oh. I didn't mean to click that.
All right. So how does this again? You gave us an explanation before, but runes lighting up in your sword again.
Yep, runes are lighting up in the sword. It glows purple, and just like a beam of purple light just heads straight for the wolf.
Hell yeah! You nicked the back of it as it was just coming back up from Kahir's batting it away. You nicked the back hairs of it, but you do some damage, dealing 2 sacred damage or 2 radiant damage to the back of it, forcing some of its hair off of its tail as you deal 2 damage. Anything else on your turn? It is still up.
No, nothing right now.
All right, you guys hear again some sounds of some weird language as 2 kobolds come from the direction of these wolves. The first one, let me measure this out.
Oh,
Is
no.
going to go here. And the second one is going to go here. The first one, kobold number 1, is going to strike out at Thorin.
Mm-hmm.
And he is in range, so he has something called pack tactics along with the wolf, where if they're within range of its allies, they get advantage on attack rolls. So he's going to bring out a dagger and try and swing it at you with advantage. He
Alright.
attacks for 21.
Hmm.
Is that a hit?
It's against AC, right? So it's a hit.
Correct. Alright, you take 4 piercing damage.
All right.
And the second kobold, again, this one is not in range of its allies, so is not with advantage. Is striking out at Valence, I believe. Let me double check. My dice is working. Yeah, number 2 is Valence. Striking out at you, Valence. Not advantage with a 19.
What was this roll?
Yeah, hit. I mean, that hits.
Please, so I hit
And you
anybody.
take 6 piercing damage. Again, finding
God.
for both of you guys, these things kind of look like they've been probably fighting the village and become accustomed to fighting people with armor. Look for soft spots within your armor, probably digging upwards into your chest, Valence, and for you, Thorin, against your arm between where your shoulder plate probably meets with your chainmail,
Mm-hmm.
slicing through. With the dribble of blood, you guys can see that these things mean business. Just want to kind of get you guys out of here. And we're back up to the top of the round with you here.
He barely hit me.
Wait, so how big is how tall are these two kobold? Because I know kobold is small, right?
Yes. So they are small humanoid.
3 feet, I think, around that. So
just I know like we have turns on actions, but for like RP and communication, are we allowed to
No.
like out of turn
So
like, talk to our group as in,
So,
like
yeah,
to influence
I'll
their
allow-
decision?
but
I'll allow
I
small things like
Like if I want them
Careful,
to
there's another
focus
one here.
something.
yes, very small like communications in character. I'll
Yeah.
allow, but if it's like a long sentence where you're trying to say, all right, you flank
No,
over
no, no,
here,
no, no, no.
you go over here, you have to do that on your turn.
Okay. Kahir, if you take the kobold to your left, I'll take care of the wolf.
oh yeah, that's fine. But I think try not to do meta.
I
What
don't
they
think
call
the kobold's gonna be a problem.
but
Here, your
like
turn.
so just try not to play meta.
We got the 2 fighters on the left. Just saying.
Or either one. Just
Yeah, like don't say too
I'm
much.
gonna-
on
I'm
it.
just gonna-
So
I
I'll
already
give you some
aimed it for the
information.
wolf.
These kobolds don't look too strong. They look like they pretty much just gang up on people. I think you guys got that information while in town, that these things aren't too much to deal with. But if they gang up on you, like as I was explaining, they have advantage on attacks when there's allies nearby. So try and hit them is basically the best advantage or best advice you got from the town's guard. Here, what would you like to do?
I'm just gonna
Okay, here, yeah.
aim to finish off the wolf that I've already smacked.
Go for it. God dang it! 8 is a miss. You want to try and hit with the bottom?
This time, I'm going to attack recklessly. This is going to give me advantage on the attack, but it's also going to make it so you
Only
have
for your
advantage to
first
attack.
attack. You've already attacked. You can take it back
Oh, it
if
is.
you want.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only on your first attack.
All right.
So yeah, you can take it back if you don't want to use it at the moment.
Yeah, I'll save it. But yeah, I'll use the hilt then.
Go for it. See if you can. Yep, you definitely hit. You can do 2. You kill this one. Yep. So you kill this wolf.
That heal hit for
I
5.
would like to kill it.
So with the miss of the glaive for the second bite, he'll just kind of flip it in his hand and then jab it like a spear directly into the forehead of the wolf and just knock it
Oh
out.
yeah. Yeah, it was definitely already on death's door. You did a pretty serious blow to it, along with Thorin scorching the back of it. This wolf falls dead. We're up to Traherne. Is there any movement that you want to do here? Again, you have this kobold to your left as well. No
No, I'll
movement
stay
here.
put. No.
Okay. Traherne, you're up.
okay. I'm gonna move next to the kobold and use I'll do poison spray on kobold 2.
Yep. Roll it.
Go to bio. Go to call. Yeah. Go down. Top one. Click that.
Constitution save. Crit fail. How do you want to kill it?
I don't know where this. Let me think about where this.
I think it's the first time you do a poison spray.
Where is this poison spray coming from? I don't know. Let me think about this. Okay. So
I mean, you can spit coffee at it if you don't.
no, it's okay. You just see like so. I just like kind of take this deep breath. That you just see like all of these like plants just start to kind of like come up out of the ground, and like all these mushrooms and all these like weird foreign plants just kind of like grow within the grass. And then it's just like this extraction of like green substance that's just spewing out of like a collective mass of flowers and stuff, and into like completely drenching the kobold.
Definitely not red colored mushrooms, huh, Thorin?
Right?
Yeah, that exactly happens. This thing just like smells whatever you're spraying at it, and literally just falls over, straight up dead. Overkill by 6 points of damage. Anything else on your turn?
I have some movement left, so I will. I will move
Doesn't seem
up
like anything
behind
else is moving
Thurin.
around you guys. It seems like this last kobold's
Okay,
probably the last thing out here.
How far is this? So I'm gonna move up behind Thurin, and then. Did you clarify, like, so if I ready action in, like, does that count as a bonus?
You already use your
Or
action.
do you only ready actions before battle?
You already use your
Ready
action, by the
action is
way.
basically taking your action and delaying it on a
Okay.
trigger.
Okay.
You can do
Then-
it during your turn. But again, you've already used your actions.
Yeah, you already use your action.
Then I'll stop. I'm good.
Yep. All right, Balance, you're up. One more kobold left. Again, you're not hearing anything else around you guys. Seems like this is what's left outside of the cave, or outside the mine. Balance.
Again?
You're up.
Okay. So I move past this corpse, come up, and then come up over here, and I attack the kobold.
Go for it, roll me. Roll me attack.
Roll you? I'll roll you.
Roll me, sir.
Roll me over in the clover.
15 is a hit. Roll me damage. You do 5 or better. You tell me how you kill this thing.
6 damage.
Tell me how you kill it.
I move up and I bring my spear in an arc down around through his neck and decapitate him.
Hell yeah! Just like the skeletons, very easily. Again, these things are quite small.
Figure as a fighter, I'm gonna aim for vital points.
Yeah, and as you've witnessed, even though you've seen quite a different few monstrosities out in your adventures, you definitely know that taking heads off things probably kills them. So, in the same fashion, I think you've come to understand that, lobbing the head off of this thing with your lance, driving it upwards, you very easily, it's stuck at the top of your lance if you want to throw it aside. Currently, you have a cobalt head stuck to the top of your lance. As you guys successful with killing the creatures outside of the mine. Congratulations, guys. You guys are free to move around.
Dun, 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 dun.
So do you guys want to follow the tracks?
Yeah, let's do it.
Some of you did get hurt, so some of you are actively
Yeah,
bleeding.
Oh,
It doesn't
yeah.
mechanically, it doesn't do anything to you. But you guys that did take damage, so you removed that from your health pool. Wasn't a lot, but at level 2, it can be detrimental if you guys walk into an ambush.
Dang hard.
Oh, did any of you guys wanna harvest the meat and the skin from the wolf?
No, but I would like to try to get my javelin back.
Roll me just a flat d20. We'll figure out if it's going to be survival or anything else moving forward. Unless you could think of anything that would be a good roll.
No.
Nope.
I'm
So
gonna-
as you're pulling it out of the wolf, the spearhead breaks the tip of it and becomes a broken weapon. Unfortunately.
Well, guess
Good
we
attempt.
hit that harder than I thought.
Yeah, you rolled high on the attack, so I always play, if you throw a javelin and you roll nice on the attack, you'll have the opportunity to try and retrieve it after combat.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Alright.
use healing hand on myself.
So Wraith, tell us what this looks like. This is the first time you're using this.
Yeah.
Correct. So I'm not sure where I actually got struck. Oh, that's right, under my arm, right?
Yeah, so I think Thorin got struck on the arm, and then you got stuck almost like underneath your chest plate and tried to go upwards. It's a short guy, so he just tried to reach as far as
So
he
it's
could.
like
and
down
got
my
to,
pelvic area almost.
Yeah, just above your stomach, like by your ribs.
Okay.
Not puncturing anything, but yeah.
So I place my hand over the wound. My hand begins to glow. As I pull my hand away, you can see almost like dark energy being pulled out of the wound, and the wound closes as my hand moves away. And then as I close it, it just kind of flashes away.
Like Wolverine kind of closes up all your wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar to what happened on Color Isle when you took that necrotic damage. is what you're explaining. So it's like you're pulling out all the negative effects of this wound as you're closing it up. Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Just make sure you remove that from your healing hands
I am.
or lay on hands.
It's healing hands. I have lay on hands and healing.
So
hands.
healing hands, I think you only have 1 point or 2 points. Let me check your character sheet. It's only like a very small pool to like bring up people when they're downed, whereas lay on hands you have up to 5 times your character or your paladin level. So lay on hands you have 10. Healing hands, yeah, it says 1 here.
Pulling up my race real quick.
Yeah, let me know, but I'm pretty sure healing hands was like just a 1 HP pool as like a backup.
Yeah, as an action, you can touch a creature or cause it to regain a number of hit points equal to your level. Once
Yeah,
you
so
use
it's
this,
+2.
that's 2.
So I'll
Yeah.
change it to 2. So you can use a mix of both. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll do that, and then I'll do the lay on hands too. Which
So just minus it up to whatever amount of HP that you want to regain.
boop, boop, boop,
Wait,
boop, boop.
are
You
they
don't have to
both
go to max, but it's it's always best to try and get yourself back up to max.
are they
I
both
get some
cantrips? Are they both cantrips?
No, this is class ability.
class
Yeah.
and racial.
Yep.
Both of nice.
One's class, one's racial. Yeah, very similar in fashion.
Mhm.
Kahir's gonna pull out his potion of healing and drink it.
Roll
I'm
it.
gonna look over. I'm gonna look over to Kahir too. And I'm gonna be like, "So, were you having some trouble seeing?"
Little bit.
Mm,
Can't see as
Yeah,
far as
so
you guys.
unfortunately, I put this as if you guys were going to arrive at night. I wasn't sure what time of day you guys were going to arrive, but you guys played it off pretty well. You guys will get used to night vision or dark vision versus not dark vision. Kahir, again, I'm always playing it that you have a torch, but it's not going to hinder the group, so that you can still see in the dark.
Mhm.
I don't like playing dark vision where if you have a light source, it's going to affect them. It just doesn't make sense to me. It kind of removes the mechanic.
Alright. Anybody here?
But at the moment, it is daylight out. Again, I wasn't sure what time of day you guys would arrive here. So for all intents and purposes, it's bright out. You guys can see around you. There's nothing else outside. You don't hear any other sounds other than random wildlife that is normal that you would hear. You guys can investigate the rest of the area. If you want to take a short rest or a long rest, you can do that as well. But I think with the healing potion and the lay on hands, you guys are back up to a good amount.
So you see Orpheus just started going toward follow the track, and I'm just saying, I think the track leading to the cave over here, guys.
I come over here and I question this guy. I'm just kidding. Oh,
Conrad
there, with
looks
that
at you
device on your
and
shoulder.
puts his
Right.
finger up to tell you like to be quiet. He's not supposed to be there.
Hi, my name's Bugcatcher, and I have 3 Pokemon.
So Orpheus, just shout out to the group. How loud are you shouting, Orpheus, as you're entering this cave?
Like really loud, you can hear the echo.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, jeez, here comes all the mobs.
It rings out. As you're saying, "Hey guys," you hear, "Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys."
Well, I was having fun with it, so I'm just like
Have
keep.
fun with it, fun with it, fun with it, fun with it.
So if are we gonna go in here weapons drawn?
Drawn, 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 drawn.
I don't think we
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
shouldn't.
So
I'm gonna
I
do
walk
a
over.
perception check and see if there's anything anything that we can see going down the cave.
Hold on, let me do what I wanted to do first.
Yeah, I'll do both at the same time.
It'll make sense.
Alright.
So I move over to Kiers and like, if we're going in here, you're definitely gonna need to be able to see what you're doing. And I place my hand on his on the end of his weapon, and cast light.
Oh
Nice.
my god! I was just like,
Here,
somebody
you don't
gotta
have
have.
to. You don't. If you had torches, you don't have to light one. You have a light spell on your spear or your glaive.
Woo!
You're giving that to Kahira, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I figure if you're gonna be up here, you may as well be able to see.
I was like, somebody gotta have light in this room.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can RP it that anytime you guys go into the dark area. Balance. If you want to just remember to.
I'm gonna always do that to his weapon because
He's kind of your buddy at this point.
Yeah, because he's a frontline fighter with me.
So Kahir, again, your weapon. Your perception check.
Yes.
The pitter patter of paws. Again, you hear the same thing deep within in the cave. Again, everything that's in the cave, if there's a sound, rings out with an echo. You hear a slow growl ring off of the walls. Definitely seems like it's much further in. Like you would have to possibly turn a corner. It seems like it ringed off the walls rather than coming from that direction.
All right. But it's the same kind of rustling that we were hearing outside.
Same kind of thing you were hearing outside, yeah.
Right.
Obviously, you're not hearing bushes rustling, but you're hearing the pitter patter of paws. Again, the slow growl of a bird.
Right.
But again, kind of lightly because it's deeper within the cave.
All right. Hey
What
guys,
we do again?
I think there
I
are
can
still
yell
more
again.
wolves ahead. Or there's something up ahead.
You guys entering?
Yeah.
You want me to give a yell again?
Give me a marching order.
A marching order. It'd
Yes,
probably
sir.
be either me or Kahir in front.
Can I ready an action?
Sure, you can always ready an action.
I'm gonna ready.
So at the moment, as you're stepping into the cave, by the way, Traherne, your shillelagh.
My shillelagh's gone. Is that what you said?
It's wearing off. Yeah, it's been
Okay.
about a minute since you guys walked up to
All
the
right.
cave.
Just to clarify, because our internet was cutting again. It was beast sounds, right? Like a wolf sound or something, or
Same sound earlier.
same sound as
Same
earlier.
sound
Okay.
as earlier. Yeah.
All right. I want to ready animal friendship as a spell.
Okay.
You know what? Before we go in, I should probably top my health off. So I cast Healing Word that I cast before on myself. There we go.
By healing. Nice.
Do you have Cure Wounds?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Cure Wounds deals more. Healing Word is a range, whereas Cure Wounds is melee, so just keep that in mind.
Yep.
Okay. So add that back onto your health if you took damage. And make sure you tick down on your spell slot. Marching order, please. So Kahir and Valen's up front. Who's next? Thorin?
Sure.
Who's in the
Followed
back?
by Orpheus and Traherne, or Traherne, Orpheus?
No, I'm in the back by myself.
I'll go in the middle.
Yeah, so like that.
I would think, well, Orpheus, that works. All right, so Traherne in the middle and Orpheus in the back. Even though Orpheus is very excited to come in this cave.
As soon as Thorin say there's a sound again, I was like, you can go first. I'll follow.
Yeah, just thinking back to the dragon talking to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, so I'll bring you guys over as you guys
All right.
enter the cave.
Do I hear anything coming from behind us?
How long do we want to go?
No, he said everything behind is like really.
Probably should wrap up.
Wrap up.
I mean-
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you guys enter the cave, I'll bring you in so you guys can see it. So here's your marching order. Again, you guys enter the cave. You very obviously see a minecart in front of you all, which looks to be what was connecting out to the outside, where they would push out the stone, the gems, whatever they were mining out in here, the metals. To the north, you see some broken tracks. Looks like this hasn't been used in quite some time, maybe a month or two, probably a couple more months than that. You hear the sounds of water dripping from above. Also, again, some sounds of low growls, some pitter patter of paws. Again, some scraping of maybe of some claws or sounds of kobolds talking. Again, you hear the again, which is imperceptible to you guys in regards to languages known. Coming from all different directions. Some from directly east of you, some from the north. definitely not alone in this cave. You guys can start to move in if you like, and I'll let you know when we're cutting off for today.
Okay.
We go in order,
Again,
guys.
Kikira and Valenza are kind of leading the way.
Yeah.
Boop.
You got to move.
Don't forget to
We
roll
see
perception checks and things.
We see a northern path, right?
Yeah,
See a
so there's a
northern
pathway
path,
to the north
and
and
I
a
also saw
pathway
see
to
what's to the
the
east.
east. Correct.
Which way do we want to go?
You can
Are you-
definitely feel a breeze coming from the north, whereas from the east there's no breeze.
Hmm.
Well,
Well, there's likely an exit to the north, so we
So you want to
probably
go
want to go
deeper in towards
deeper.
the east.
Yeah.
Do we notice anything coming from the east?
Yes, the
that's
Anyone from the fucking from the back?
Kahira, did that help?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you
Just let me know
fixed it, right?
if it dims out again on other maps. Just let me know.
Uh, shouldn't we also see technically like what all's around him as well?
Your
with that
vision
light?
is now the same as his vision.
Okay.
Again, I'm not playing it where you guys get disadvantaged or not able to see in light, so I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
so what's up north again? Sorry.
A breeze.
A breeze.
A breeze from the
Again,
north.
pitter patter from the north and from the east. As you guys kind of round the corner, you hear again. You bring your glaive out and you're kind of wiggling around so you can see further. Definitely, a wolf is panting directly southeast of you. Definitely looking your direction. He definitely has noticed you, but hasn't attacked yet.
Hey guys, there's wolves directly to the east of us. At least one.
If you guys can get me close, I might be able to use a spell.
Traherne and who was around? I think it was the guard that was telling you guys that these things travel in paths, right? The
Mhm.
kobolds and the wolves, possibly.
Mhm.
So Traherne, roll me a history check to see if you remember that.
Oh, he was out there with me. He didn't know though. He walked out with the
Oh yeah,
coffee
he
with
was to
me.
the north. So yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to say anything to him in regards to that?
I highly
I'll
doubt
mention it.
there's one by himself.
Well, you guys can kill the rest, and then I'll tame one myself.
Wait, you can tame the wolf?
Huh?
You can tame the wolf?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
If you can tame a wolf, why don't you have a pet with you right now?
Did you guys kill the other ones before I could tame it?
One of those was his.
Whoops, me bad.
Whoops.
Alright, so we go.
Alright, lead the way,
North or
strong
east?
man.
You guys should keep moving, guys.
I think we should
The
go
wolf
east.
is turning the corner as Valens is pushing up, and very obviously sees you, but again doesn't attack as of yet. Definitely noticed how many of you were there and began to slowly back up. Traherne, your ready to action can go off if you like, but you have to go up and touch it.
It says it's
You got-
within range of vision of 30 feet.
Okay, so roll it.
It's the spell.
Which
Next
one? Oh, do I just
Click it. Go down. Click.
this?
Yeah.
That's just the description.
Whatever
Choose a
you
beast
do.
that you can see within range. It must see and hear you. If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails.
Yeah.
Its intelligence is not 4 or higher. Otherwise, the beast must succeed a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you for the spell's duration, which is 24 hours. If you or one of your companions harms the target, the spell ends. So I'm going to roll an intelligence check, correct?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Wisdom check.
Yep.
So mark one of those down.
What does it have to be?
12.
12.
Spell save DC 12, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Smart.
So this is the
smart
final thing that's going to happen. before we end the session. And here's your wisdom save and throw from the wolf.
Nice.
Oof.
The wolf
Yay!
lowers his head. Instead of having a slack jaw, it brings its jaw closed, looks to you, and gives a slow whimper as it approaches you. Does anyone do anything as it approaches?
Me. Wait.
What do you
oh,
do?
Wait. I was like, can I pet it? Can I pet it?
Not with your
Jaran,
teeth.
did you tell them what you were doing? I think you said get me
No,
close
he
to
just
one
said
of
he's
them.
gonna cast a spell. He didn't say exactly what he's gonna do.
I said get me close and I can tame it.
Okay.
After I said that.
So
you
what
definitely know
happened?
that based on its reaction, it's not hostile to you. Do you say that to the group before it approaches closer and comes in the threat range of?
Yeah, I just
And
like stand
sounds-
down, guys. Everything's fine.
It is
Okay,
now within
if you
threat
say
range
so.
of everyone.
And I would like to come over and pet it.
As you come over, you hear grrr, and we'll end there.
Wait, why?
The grrr was coming from the northeast.
Oh, I was from that
Okay.
wolf.
I was like, well, wait. Does that mean if
You
I
went
have
into
it?
Yeah, you went into the next threat range or
Surprise.
perception of another wolf. So,
You're in front of us.
however, Trahern, you successfully tamed the wolf. It is not your pet. It is under your animal friendship spell for 24 hours.
So next day, yeah.
So you
So-
have this thing as your best friend for the next 24 hours.
Right.
I'm
So
gonna
I
put it
don't
behind you for the moment.
I don't really control him with a character sheet and stuff, but he will still.
I will control it for you, but you can tell me where you want to put it and what you want to do with it.
But like he's still. Just because I'm
He
still
will-
learning D&D, will he still
He
attack
will
on our
kind of
behalf?
listen to your he'll kind of listen to your commands. But again, its intelligence is only is 3, so
Yeah.
very simple commands like attack will probably be effective.
Okay.
And using a pointing or an emotion to tell it where to go will probably be effective. But anything more complex than that, it won't understand.
Okay. But I can use it for attack. So if I am asking it to attack, does that count as an action of mine for that round?
No, so it's going to have its own turn. I'll
Okay,
NPC it. You just tell me what you want to do with it.
Awesome.
It is
And
not your actual pet, meaning I won't give you the character sheet.
Yeah,
It is
that's,
under your basically your charm spell.
that's
okay.
still OP.
it's still good.
Yeah, you did pretty well.
And I'm assuming for other purposes of roleplay that we're assuming that an animal that I would be taming to that degree, I could utilize to as long as I can communicate with it, I could utilize their strengths, right? Like wolves are probably going to be able to pick up scents and things like that, right? Within reason, like they might be able to alert us of something, or no?
So the wolves had advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing or smell.
Okay, so I could.
I have the
could do
character
that.
sheet, so yeah, anything that you want to do. The wolf also, I'll give you these information because again, it's currently charmed by you. I told you guys about pack tactics, so if it's next to
Mhm.
anyone that's an ally, which is all of you guys, it will have advantage on its attack rolls.
Hmm.
Has to be within 5 feet of someone from the party.
Interesting.
Cool. Awesome.
Yep. So now it regards all of you guys as friendly or its allies until the 24 hours are up. And that's where we'll end today's session. Again, when we begin next week's session, you guys will start in combat. You guys did aggro because Warfuse took a step forward within the perception of Wolf. You guys did aggro the trap that was set, or the encounter that was set for you guys.
What?
So we'll start that next week. Thank
I
you all
want
for
to-
playing. Good
I want-
episode.
I was just petting the wolf. What did I do?